and myself, as well as DJ now. She put herself on the show as well because she's always got to be. She's like fucking Diddy. She want to be all in the video. She want to be all in the production.
Whoa. They say you. Wait a minute, DJ Genesis.
But she can't dance, and she don't got no one fucking swag like that.
Wait a minute, DJ Genesis. Why they say you like Diddy? That is crazy. That is some wild shit.
Yeah, they say I want to be all up in the video. I want to be all up in the middle of stuff. I want to be known. I want to be dancing in the background, like like I'm.
But it wasn't no baby oil shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like they saying, I want to be. Right. You didn't hear what he said. He said she want to be all up in the video. Like what Suge Knight say. If you want to come over to Death Row, if you don't, want people dancing in your video, dancing, all that stuff.
She's always gonna be. She's like fucking Diddy. She want to be all in the video. She want to be all in the production. She want to be all on the song. She want to be fucking Puffy. That's why I say but she can't dance, and she don't got no one to fucking swag like that.
That's why she be letting niggas like love with her so I can live with her because she want.
That man sounds like a Diddy fan. Go ahead, Queen got a question. Go ahead.
See how much in her bag can get. Let's see what those how to get off.
I got a question because we do got to find a way to connect these dots. Because you are such a good person. You were so good to them. You did a whole lot of work. You had money. You were supporting, buying equipment. You was doing everything to make the business grow and pop. I just want to know what made these three turn on you. Like what happened? Did you stop giving money? Because this is going to be the opposite of Chocolate. Chocolate had everybody against her as far as the receipts. Now these people are talking and they're against you. But I'm wondering why did three of them? Why did they turn on you? Like, were you the outside friend? Did they come together as a three?
They're married with each other. They're like a couple. They're like a polygamous couple. So that's why she keeps calling him her chief and all this, my husband, all that stuff. They're all this girl over on the right, and then him and that. They're all in like a three-way polygamous couple.
Okay.
And I'm just over here, like just setting up the business, trying to like generate some money. Cause I said, okay, well, because the other businesses, the tax business didn't really make no money. So I said, well, maybe we do this TV station, we can make some money. The whole objective was for them to go to Mexico because he had child support, so he couldn't go straight over there.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if there were any children involved because it seems like there's young children involved.
Yes.
Or are they staying with you? Yeah.
But what happened to make them turn on you is my question.
I think it's because when he when the whole Charleston White so we did the main event with Prince Ella that blew up. You're gonna hear them actually like talk about how they felt like I tried to backdoor them and all this other crazy stuff. And so they're like they didn't like the fact that I had simul streamed the Charleston White thing on my show on top of it being on the Zulu Vision thing. But I was like, I want to still have ownership of this thing. I don't want to just put it on that thing. If anything happened, I don't have any ownership. So I simul streamed it. They got mad about that. Then they got mad about when I threw the event, the town hall meeting, and all this is money coming out of my pocket. They're not paying for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They got mad about that. Well, you trying to use us, this, that, the other. You trying to take over, whatever. You ain't asking me what you should do with my money. Now, and these are my ideas that I'm putting together. You hear he say that I'm the one to put together the Zulu Vision Network. The only thing he did was give the name.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wait. So, but they had the access, is what you're saying. Access. No. But they said they have access to Charleston.
No, I'm the one who got access to Charleston. I'm the one who got access to Prince Ella.
Okay. All right. Yeah. They're just basically, it sounds like to me, it sounds like the homie running game and these females just following along. And it just, it's a whole bunch of fuck shit. Yeah.
She basically turned on us for Prince Ella. She's basically like, well, fuck y'all. Prince Ella got a bigger name than y'all. She's a bigger draw. You guys are nobody.
But she pays to play y'all.
And we like, so why the fuck would you put this network in our name if we don't got a big enough brand for you?
Mm-hmm. Why is the network?
Why are you using our name? Why you just put the shit in your name? You wouldn't have to worry about us saying shit to you if you would have just put it in your motherfucking name. Why would you put it in our name if we wasn't big enough?
So we get into the fact.
I never said they weren't big enough.
You should just put it on YouTube because everybody's on YouTube and you'll get a larger audience that way. Now we're diving into, now it's no more about making money. Now all of a sudden it's about how many people can she reach with her video?
And mind you, I'm against that shit because I said that shit only works for Princella. And the only person that's going to win if we do that is Princella.
That's where her audience was.
I want to use Princella and Charleston to draw an audience to Zulu Vision to where we can get our subscribers, even if it was just 2,000, 1,000 subscribers. Even if it was 100, we still would have made enough to pay for the subscription.
To support what we're doing.
We still would.
Hey, DJ, let me ask you a question. Were y'all like on different pages? Because it sounds like once you've seen the open door where y'all can make money or y'all can keep growing, did y'all kind of like miss the balance with each other? Because it looked like they on a different side of trying to grow the business. Whereas then you got to a point in the business where you seen the success and you felt like y'all could really do it. And they wanted to do it in a quick way and you wanted to do it the right way and build in different areas as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
That's why I wanted to ask you.
What Princella said is that, you guys could funnel everybody over to Zulu Vision, but people like to be on YouTube.
Right.
No YouTube. They don't know ZuluVision.com. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you a question. Are you still in that same mode of trying to grow the business or grow your business
right now? No, I've gave up on all that stuff. I left at a loss. I lost thousands of dollars. I almost lost my home. The whole thing just was a mess. So yeah.
Is that something that you would try to do again?
I am in the process of trying to do it again now, but it took me years to build back up to be able to even get close to.
You know what? Because sometimes you got to break down to build back up. Sometimes when you breaking down is what build you back up. And you got to understand that. But when you break down and you really broke down, but if it's something that you're passionate about, you better believe you got it. If it's something that you because listen, people going to say what they want to say in the chat because they don't understand where you was at. I see that there was a breakdown in the communication. And that's why you got to be careful when you're dealing in partnership. If you're going to deal in partnership like that, you got to understand two people trying to run a show can work if you have the understanding to run it that way. So where they trying to build up on one side, if y'all would have been able to talk, communicate, and collab together, you could have been trying here and there. But long as y'all know that y'all on the same path trying to work together. But if this your passion, I think you should pick it back up. Because I hear what you was trying to do.
Yeah,
you should pick it up.
Yeah, I'm and I know I'm not. They're still young. They could be in front of the camera and doing it. I'm not trying to be in. They're trying to say I'm trying to be in the front of the camera. I could have just been production and put the whole thing together, and I'd be happy with that. They trying to make it seem like I was trying to be all in front of the camera. I don't even be in front of the camera here. So if I was trying to be all up in front of the camera, I would have been in front of the camera. You don't never really see me in front of the camera, even when I'm on my own show. I don't be in front of the camera. So yeah, let me just let now.
Made enough so that the network can now finally support itself.
Correct.
And we're not coming out of our pocket, and Monica's not coming out of our pocket. But she didn't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Exactly. And okay, and let's talk about YouTube. I want to make it clear because I wanted to make sense for you guys. Monica has a lot of vices, like I told y'all. She gets very fixated on things. One thing that she is heavily fixated on is motherfucking YouTube. Okay, this YouTube is a big part of her fucking life. YouTube has all these goddamn dark, dusty corners of subcultures of people who are fixated on certain things, and she is this group of people. It has a lot to do with Jaguar Right, which we'll get into that in the next episode. So keep it locked because we got some piping hot tea there. But there's this corner of YouTube where they live, where they're all obsessed with the drama of each other. So she's on this YouTube, y'all, until 6, 7 in the morning or whatever. It was so important for her to stream this on her YouTube.
Yeah, so I just want to say, I want to tap back into my first experience being around Monica, okay? One of the things that she said that she doesn't smoke around kids. Okay,
She did say that when we...
Now, let me say something about this whole YouTube thing, right? I was building my channel. So, just like I'm sitting here,
ain't nothing to say.
I'm trying to do my channel. I'm on different platforms. I'm trying to learn how to learn this whole streaming thing. When they did Zulu Vision, there was 8 members. They had 8 people on that, and I had almost 2,000 people on mine. So when it came time to broadcast the Charleston White event, I said, well, I should dual stream it because it's going to be more people to see it versus your 8 people that's going to see it on your channel because they weren't doing anything to promote it. They're complaining about me being up till 6, hustling and grinding, trying to get my channel up. But you can see the results that my channel now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're Monica. You are Monica.
Yeah, that's talking about me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I get it now.
Yep.
You ain't got
When
to
I first started, she
explain
says,
that.
I don't smoke around my children. I
Always
smoke around
go
kids.
outside.
I go outside. Mind you, she went outside maybe the first week, maybe 2 weeks, right? But it was getting cold. Okay, and she stopped going outside, and she started staying in the house. So you have the kitchen, you have the living room, and you got her office right there. So she's always in her office on the computer. She always got sick, and she always got a beer. Okay, that's what she did every single day, all day, and she was always watching YouTube, even when she was at work. She had YouTube over there in the corner, and she was watching. I'm not even gonna name drop. She was watching a lot of different people. She was watching all the carbonation sauces. Every person that ever reported carbonation, she watching it. Okay, she watched every video. She'll play it back. She'll rewind it.
Oh, yeah,
If you're talking about
multiple
her. Don't let you talk about her. She gonna replay it and study it. You try to like memorize.
Laugh,
She watched-
cry,
But
all
then
the
have us up.
things.
But then have us. She's like a nature boy. Nigga would have us up all night watching this shit with her.
Yes, she was like,
3, 4
because once she get
Oh
lit
my
off
God.
of you,
They
she
can
wants you
be
to come
up
in
off
and
the
yeah.
motherfucking sleep. Come in here
Man.
and watch this shit with
She
her.
will come
My
in there while
nigga,
you
oh my
knock on the
God.
door and be like,
Nope.
And we try to be supportive of whatever the fuck she talking about. We trying to be her friend. But goddamn, after a while, we said fuck that
It's
shit.
draining.
I don't like watching that stuff.
After
because-
months of doing that shit.
It's draining.
I'm not watching that.
It's draining, and I'm telling you, hours of it, you guys, like watching it over and over and over again until 6 and 7 in the morning. Like we can't. Nobody's doing that.
I do that. I do that. That's what you do when you
Ooh,
grind
child.
She
for
was like
business.
studying them.
They crazy
She was
as
studying
hell.
them. But
That's
I'm just
some
like,
idiots.
that's all she did every day. And every time you walk by her, come here real quick. Let me show
You know what's weird about that? She never took the
Damn
time
right.
to study the people that she bring into her house.
And she brings
That's
her own house.
Why you bringing all these people to your house? She didn't know. She said she didn't know nothing about her business. She trying to say it was a box in the wall that's smaller than her garage. Fact, that's not facts. That's wrong.
Even if it was, listen. We
DJ,
got our
you
own
was too
thing.
good.
We got our own thing. So
Correct.
why judge the size?
Correct.
When we're like starting out, we're just doing something like either support us.
And
or
you
don't.
believed in
But-
it, so don't try to come now and act like you
Not
didn't
that.
believe in everything. And you
She didn't
weren't on
believe in it
board.
because
Because it wasn't
at
delivery
the end of the
service,
day, if she believed in it, she would have invested in it. And she didn't invest
She
into
didn't
nothing
invest
but her own things and what she was trying to get built up for herself. And she was trying to use us as fucking indentured servants to her to work for her for free so that she can get some free labor, like she said, that she assumed Nature Boy got out of people. Nature Boy got that out of the people that came there with nothing.
Correct.
We didn't go there with nothing.
Correct.
We came there as
So we ended
as
up
partners
there.
with them.
We ended up there for a year because we were trying to support her. We were trying to support every little business thing she threw at us, especially this network. This network was just a big thing, and we just did our best to support her. And it just caused us to be there longer and longer until we got to the point where we just couldn't be there anymore.
So yeah, with this Princella stuff, like we said at this time, you know, Princella, like she gets new fixations right now. At this point in time, it's Princella. This is the new thing that she's into. She's watching all of her videos. She
Hell
is
yeah.
really she buying the books, honey. She is into Princella, and this is really when her man hating like is in kind of like overdrive.
Hey, DJ,
About Princella.
I have a question.
She told me about Princella like maybe a month or two before she actually like got her own show.
I want to ask a question. How many views did their videos get? Because they say you
Their videos, no, their videos was probably getting like 1,000 or something like that. But the Charleston White thing got at some point like 7.1 million. 200 on my channel, I think it's at like 258,000. I reissued it out, and now it's at like about 20,000 right now.
So wait a minute. So so this right here only got 1,000 views.
Yeah,
You ain't mad about that, are you?
nah.
So we just talking about nothing because they didn't even hit the streets. We just put it in the streets. We just re-entered it in the street, and
That's why I don't even care. I'm like, whatever. You know, he got an album coming out. Maybe to help him out. I don't care. I'm like, bro.
Oh, he be rapping.
Yeah,
I'll
he
do
got
a reaction
a
video
little
on him. I'll do a reaction video on them and recreate this. How about that?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Right.
It wasn't on your page. Why did you make us sit through this?
Because other people's calling me a scammer. Okay, well, listen to their side and tell me what part, who's scamming who coming out with the money. They haven't mentioned a dime that they paid yet. We 15 minutes in, they haven't mentioned a dime. All they talking about how much money I was paying and spending out, or whatever the fuck I was spending, like my stupid ass, you know.
And
I got a team. I'm like investing in like a dumbass, you know.
And they was talking about how obsessive you are over your business because they don't understand this is entertainment / business. And when you come in here thinking that you only about to entertain, you're gonna work your ass like a hobo. You got to understand that there's two parts to this thing. And when they don't get that,
in every channel, I'm watching every video. What is this YouTube content creation thing?
I ain't gonna hold you. I understand that part of it for sure, for sure.
yeah,
You have
and
to
they don't get
study
it.
and not even know what it is, because what you just gonna just jump out there, and especially if I'm spending $3,000 on trying to put something big together, I need to know what's going on. You know,
Did you learn anything from this?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
Well, let me ask you this. How ultimately did you get in contact with Princella? Because it sounds like you started from the bottom up.
Well, I saw her on TikTok before.
But how did you get her?
I reached out to her.
I think she wasn't that big. I think she's trying to say she known her before she got unreachable.
Actually, I'm the reason why I helped her to get to the point. I helped her to get big because before that she had like maybe 20,000 subscribers. By the time she went, I put her on Real Life Street Stars, and then she came back to Real Life Street. I was the one who initiated Real Life Street. I put her on Sonetter, that whole debacle that happened on Sonetter. I had her on different the Not Show. And then
didn't this busty lady in the video did the Charleston White and Princella interview?
Yes. And then it was like almost like they just didn't like the fact that I had put so much, like that Princella had blew up from me doing that. But Shaka got on Real Life Street Stars too. So like, why didn't he capitalize off of that?
Wait. You did the Charleston White, and I'm sorry if I'm interrupting DJ.
No, you good. Y'all ask DJ any questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want to, because you know me, I get to talking. But so you did the whole DJ when Priscilla and Charleston White came together. You did that interview.
That was in my garage. I put the whole thing together.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Wow.
So these people are mad because that, you know what I'm saying? They're mad because of that. I should have did it a certain way. Like they feel like it was a missed opportunity to make a bag or whatever.
DJ, do you understand what she? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Wow.
What are you gonna say? Do I understand what?
Go ahead, E. Go ahead, man.
Genesis. Okay. Pure genius. I'm sorry. I let me switch my focus.
Thank you, E. Thank you, Black. Can we stop talking now and we get in the back chat on this?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me apologize now. I am sorry.
Right? You heard my line of questioning, right?
Yeah. No more questions for me, Black, tonight.
Huh?
No more questions for me.
Boom, beat stop. We gonna get you in the back chat because listen, Genesis, you heard me say it from the beginning. I say they can laugh if they want to. They making a joke, but we gonna make a mockery of them because I'm gonna react to them. At the end of the day, what they don't understand, they missed a huge opportunity. They're not getting that because they weren't on the same page with you. And you can't do business when you're serious people like that, and you know it, you see the vision, you the blueprint. Anything get in your way, now I guarantee you know. When you getting through those woods, should nothing stop you. Nothing.
Oh, listen, I just did a video with Unc 607, right? I had my godmother come and do a thing. It got 200 and some odd thousand views.
Do it again.
So I see things before it's about. I see when people are about to. Never mind. Yeah, so I saw when Princella was about to blow up. I saw that Unc was about to blow up. Okay, this person is about to take off. And I know, hey, let me reach out. You know what I'm saying?
So Black, thank you for regrouping because we were somewhere else with that other story. But you know what we did? We had to get past that other story to clear the room to get to the right stories. Thank God I wanted to see this video. I tell you, one thing I tell people all the time, they say, oh, you come take a side. The hell with a side. I want to hear the damn story. I don't give a damn what your mammy name is. Just tell the story and tell it the right way. At the end of the day, we cleared the room because this story was the story we should have heard. This story right here. Because this, when you're talking about business, when you're talking about the right stuff, y'all didn't line right. And I hope you learned your lesson. Now you know what to look for.
Well, yeah, I lost man. It was a very expensive.
You get it back. You didn't lose it yet. Don't say that. You didn't lose it. Sometimes you got to lose to win. You really, really do.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all can interview me any day. You got to lose to win. But when you know you got it in your heart, don't let nobody stop you. Nobody.
Listen, it's 2 years. It took me 2 years to at least get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
It took me 3 years.
Yeah.
It took me 3 and I'm 50. I just turned 50 and I feel like I'm on fire.
Yeah, I just turned 48 2 days ago. Yeah.
I mean, you better wake up.
Right. Well, trust me, after that, I have not partnered like if I know better now. Contracts got to be in place. I can't be buddy. You're my friend. Let's work together. I'm investing in you. We work together. Handshake, that bullshit, that's out the window now. I will never do that again. So
it ain't out the window because you just need to meet the right people where that can stay in the window. Because I know what you was trying to tell them earlier. You was trying to tell them, listen, sometimes if it don't take money and we could grow, let's try to grow. Let's not worry about this. Let's not worry about extravagant. Let's get where we need to go because I can see the vision. But some people don't line with you like that. And that's where the problem come in, where you can't have those type of partnerships.
right, because I'm like, because I said if you're trying to drag people from a YouTube space onto your own channel space like that, that's not going to happen overnight. Right. And they're like, no, we got to make the bag. It's like, well, that's going to probably only be a couple.
Yeah. To be honest with you, like, because I do want to have bigger people on my platform, but the thing is, I want to build my shit up to where when I chopping it up with them is a different conversation than if it look like I'm begging them for a favor, because that shit is the struggle. You know what I'm saying?
You know why it's a struggle, DJ? It's a struggle because we don't work together. If we learn how to work together and support the right way, see, that's the thing, it's called support. And when you don't support the right way, that's when we fall into problems with trying to connect with other people that we should have been connected with. And like I say that to say, I'll come and sit on the panel, I'll build a panel up, so forth and so on. And it's not a struggle for me because I don't mind one way or the other. But when I know I go and sit on a stage and I connect with them and entertain in the conversation, whatever, and then they don't come back and support, I think it starts from stuff like that. But if that's what you're looking for out of people, you ain't gonna get it. You just got to keep going. Well, whatever your plan is on your blueprint, just keep going, because eventually the crowd gonna come to you, they're gonna follow, and then you have your own trend. But sometimes we still have to support other people in order to get that trend started.
Right.
That's the problem. They don't know how to build communities together.
Could you imagine? Look, how many times have I sat on this channel till 6 a.m?
Hell yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, me too. You know how long.
But you know this thing though, a lot of other content creators, they don't understand that sometimes you gotta give it up like that. You know what I mean?
Reach back. You know what I was saying? They think just because you have, I don't care if you have 200,000 subscribers. I mean, in the world that I come from, that's a little number for real. In all honesty, that's a little number to me. So I'm like, how just because you got 200,000 subscribers, you think you're better than me? Like, it's not hard to reach back and say hello. Well, what about the art of giving? Reach back because you was here before. Why don't you reach back and grab a small channel?
I mean, I don't think you should go around expecting that, because it's gonna make you're gonna run into too much disappointment. You know what I mean? You gotta grind regardless of if somebody throw you a bone or not. You know what I mean?
But that's a part of giving, growing communities is what the point is. But listen, it gives them a lot too, though. It gives them a lot too. I guess it depends on what realm of this business you're looking at. Because I guarantee you, DJ understand what I'm saying. It means it's with, I mean, the business side of it, I see a huge. And you're supposed to eat, sleep, and dream about it.
And see, okay, people are asking about the Jaguar Wright debacle. So the Jaguar Wright thing came into play because when Shaka first moved there, my child father is by 10 from Slum Village, right? So I knew that they were in touch with Jaguar, but I knew Jaguar from back in the 90s. I was the first, I booked her back in the day at State of the Union nightclub when she was with Black Lily. So I was trying to see if they would help me get to her, but I was able to email her and let her know what happened to, hey. And then she came to the house, she sung a song to them. And the thing is that once she got into the house, she was more interested in carbonation than the thing. And then we kind of ended up falling out because some stuff happened with, that's a whole long story. But she kind of played a role in kind of putting bugs into their ear too. You know what I'm saying? Because she kind of like divide and conquer, So she was able to like kind of get on their side and like kind of get them against me. And then, because she'd call every single day talking mess about me. You need to get away from her. She's, just talking crap because she got mad because that girl, Legina, who says she was Aaliyah's daughter or whatever. She got mad that I had that I had helped her to get away from Jaguar because she didn't want to stay in Louisiana. It's a whole long story. So bottom line is that caused a whole riff. You know what I'm saying? It caused the whole thing, So
was Jaguar still in music at that time?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was still on that whole like, she was beginning to start the whole thing about the Diddy stuff, like that whole thing. So
Okay.
she was on Real Life Street Stars. Actually, she was the one who introduced me to Real Life Street Stars. They were supposed to do the biography for my dad. I mean, my baby's dad.
Mm.
They were supposed to shoot it. So
Sitting, like, Monica act like we don't ever hang out. Oh, we were sitting in the living room.
Man, we would hang out every fucking day.
I always check in and talk with her.
So we were sitting on the couch, Monica and I, and she was watching this video. And it was a girl, she was talking, and I'm listening to what she's saying, and I'm like what? Because I've never heard of this girl. I didn't know who she was. I just came in on something. So I'm like, wait, does she have a problem with men? And Monica was like, yeah, she don't really like men. And so I'm like, okay. So I just sit there a little bit more, and I start listening more. I'm like, so Monica, you not like men? Because
she was taping her, she was going hard.
Intently. And she was like, nah, I don't like men either. And I got very uncomfortable in that moment. And that was like maybe like really early into our experience at the house. So I'm thinking
like a month in, maybe 2 months in.
I'm like, I got 2 boys and I got a man. Like, it's like,
man, she's lying. I don't like men, but I got like 3 kids. What the fuck? Anyway,
what the hell?
That's crazy. Whatever. Look, I don't like men. No, I mean, I might have been a little jaded because I had just, had the situation with the dude I was with at the time. I probably was like, kind of eating that content up with Princella. These men. You know what I'm saying? But I was seeing the numbers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking at. That she was blowing up. And I said, okay, I want to work with her because I'm like, she's about to blow up. And that's what I saw. And so I said, well, if I put you together with Charleston White, because they started calling her the female Charleston White after she did Fresh and Fit. So I said, okay, put her together with Charleston, because at first it was going to be Angry Man, but that wasn't going to work. So I tried different people. Okay, what do you think about?
Wait, you were trying to match different people up with her, or were you just trying to get different people in general?
Match her up with her to like debate. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to put different shows together.
Wait. So you couldn't get Angry Man, but you got Charleston White? That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Charleston White, that was a good lick. Damn, hey man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo. like I'm listening to this. I'm like, yo, I am dumbfounded. Bro, go ahead.
Right. You see a show, you don't even know the back end that's going on with it. Like what?
No, I get it because like I've been doing podcasting for like 4 years, and I get like the little shows and the people behind it, but like to see certain people who I see it, I hear it, and I see it. Now, it's a lot of bum ass niggas around here, so I feel you. I appreciate you. If nobody else says, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I don't know about masculine energy.
What happened to Queen? Did she leave?
I think she probably dropped. She probably come back up because usually most content creators they say that they dip in the private chat or something. She just dropped it. Probably a connection or something.
Oh, okay.
So for you to say that, I'm like, why did you bring my men and my 2 boys into your home? If that's how you feel about if you feel like the way she feels about men and stuff. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like she tried to like emasculate you throughout this entire experience. She tried to be the big dog over you. She really just wanted to. And I feel like part of that came from her watching these Princella.
Yes,
because
she was combative with him. I feel like because he was a man, and she felt like she had this chip on her shoulder or something to prove
She
like
was
that.
Trying to get y'all. She was trying to get me out the way so that all of y'all could come together and have this woman power.
Because she low key wanted.
And this is what they was trying to do. It was going to be like polyandry. It was going to be all of these women: Monica, Azine, Glittery, Princella, Legina. What's the other girl name? Angel. It was nothing but women. If you think about it, and I was the only nigga. I was the only man. So you got all these fucking women, and they were gonna come together and do what? They was gonna try to run me, nigga. Please.
Try to run him.
They wanted to run me.
It was crazy. So as they asked me to come down to host it, so I didn't
know money.
Ain't got nothing. I had heard of Charleston White. I didn't know much about him either. I had only seen clips of his viral moments. But I didn't know anything about Princella, so I had to do some research. So I started to look into these people. And when I got there, Monica had the book. I read most of this book. And Azine is correct. If you never watch Princella stuff, it's crazy. It's intense and it's a lot. And that's the first thing that I got from it. It's like, wow, I think, I don't want to make a judgment, but it feels like she just does not, she hates men.
So now I hang out with Princella. I go to me and her got free tickets to go to the Charleston White event to go meet with Charleston White. So we We drove in separate cars, but I met up with her. We kicked it at the show. You know, I got a chance to know her outside. And then she started coming to the house.
You recorded with her, right?
I did a song with her. I got 2 songs with her. I did a remix of my first song, Streets. She's on the remix of that, and I got a song with her, just me and her together. So
wait.
I'll drop that solo as an EP. You know, another project, but they're gonna be on it. I got Charleston White on some shit as well too. So,
wait, he got a song with Priscilla
and with Charleston.
wait. Who is it? DJ, pull that up. Please pull that up, DJ.
You think we're getting it? You know what? I think we might be private in this shit anyway. Go ahead,
Oh my god.
Nah, a lot of shit transpired. Just you know what I'm saying.
I don't care about none of that. This shit is crazy, bro.
You know what? Do we got a music video that we could watch and mute the audio or something? Because I don't want to get no copyright strike. You know what I mean?
Of his, I can show. Yeah, I don't see.
This nigga got a video with. Wait, he got a video with. He got a song.
Nah, he probably got a song with him. I don't know if he got a video. We probably would have been seeing that shit. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Them shits be dead, man. That shit be in the YouTube archives, nigga.
Man, Princella, nah, somebody would have find that shit. People find her old shit, her rapping on Twitter and shit like that.
That's
thinking
crazy.
Somebody would have pulled that shit up.
Bro, I'm being a fan, right? I'm sorry. I'm not being professional at all. This is crazy.
Now you know we're not professional over here, man. Come on.
I would let y'all rock so hard, but I'm like, nah, I gotta speak. This shit is wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue. I'm gonna be like Big Jizz. You know what? Let me just mute up, man.
The nigga's Big Giz, bro. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, Big Giz. Big Jizzle. My fault.
Go ahead, DJ. You could play it while you search for the track. Oh shit, she got it. I guess you could probably play it if it don't sound like it don't sound.
That's a different curve. See no brothers on the song for a little shot. They was like, I ain't had nothing. Now they plotting every time that they see me starting. Had to cut ties. They was moving too funny. Came from the dirt. Now my name worth money. Used to pray I ain't die in my sleep. Now to pray.
Hell no. DJ, since you know him, on a scale from 1 to 10, what you rate his music?
3.
Damn. Oh my god!
You about to get a copyright strike for that whack ass.
Right.
I would say that whole that's like that. There's a new things out now. Like I don't know. It's just,
Up this paper now, you see how I'm living it. Diamonds on me dripping, got them watching how I'm glistening. Money moving.
Oh, he's on some trap rap shit.
yeah, it's not my style. It's not my thing. It ain't the thing. I like R&B and that type of stuff. I mean, it's probably an audience for that. That likes it.
I mean, do people support his shit?
Well, he only have 123 followers on TikTok. But maybe back in the past, let me see. Yeah, I don't really see. I think they got most of their reviews when they were, when I was working with them.
Is this the same Shaka Zulu that got shot in Atlanta? The dude that was fighting?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. Because he had a big ass court case.
Well, he used to be you mean like MMA fighting? Or no.
No, there was a Shaka's. Giz. You know who I'm talking about? From Atlanta. He got shot in the parking lot, and it was like self defense type of thing. But he was like a promoter.
Ludacris.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that the?
This is an okay song right here. I say this.
Lately, I've been feeling some type of way. Lately, I've been going through all types of things. Lately, I've been blowing a whole lot of reefer.
I've got like a little, catchy verse to it, but yeah, it's not my kind of music. I like R&B and stuff, so. Yeah, so.
Do we still should we review the rest of this video? How y'all feel about this shit?
You asking us or the audience?
The audience and y'all up here. Also, I'm him. So that I'm him. He said, did she claim them or the kids on her taxes?
No, I had a regular job, and then they just did the regular taxes for me.
Okay.
They got like they got 2,000 out of it.
Okay.
I got so yeah. But that's not the same one, DTP. That's not the same guy. No.
Okay. My fault. I
Only
was about to say this is a small. No, it's a small world. Like the 7 degrees of separation is real.
Mm-hmm.
You are connected. You are more connected to more people than you really think.
Right, bro. This is why I be telling her I don't. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that shit probably in the back. But this is what I be doing. I don't understand how her like I don't even want to talk about it while we live, but
right.
She do know hella people, and I'm like, what the fuck? She even put me on to a couple of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. How did you find this? Not to ask, no offense, DJ. How did you find this area or sector?
Huh? How did I find the what?
The sector or area?
Yeah, this part of YouTube.
Where you come from, girl?
From Fatty. Somehow I ran into Fatty, and then I was on his thing, and then I ended up running into Witch Doctor from Fatty.
Okay, all right, well, that's cool. That's interesting.
So this, hold on, I'm trying to show y'all the event with Princella. Hold on, this event, if I could get to it, hold on. This event that we did here is the reason why we really end up falling out. Hold on, but that event, hold on. It's all the way down at the bottom. Oh, Jesus. This one. So I had did this show right here. And it had like Sydney Star and Amber Ali and Wesley and stuff like that. So I had, after Charleston White did my show, he was like, we need to do a town hall. And so I had put the whole town hall together. And then he got mad because the whole Princella thing and how she did that, and so he kind of got out of the town hall. But I still put it together. But they had gotten mad, because they felt like I was doing things on my own, or you ain't asking us how we should do it. It's the same situation. So, but I put this. This was actually at the Texas Theater.
Man. That's crazy because I know Anton was supposed to be doing a show with like Princella.
Yeah, this was the show. That was it.
That was the show?
Yep.
What?
Because Sydney Star took too long to get ready, and the show started late, and he left. So he ended up doing Real Life Street Stars, but he didn't do this show. He was supposed to do this show.
Sydney Star had to get ready. You know what I'm saying? That shit took. Yo.
Wesley.
Wow. Wait. We're talking about Anton Daniels, right?
Yeah, Anton Daniels. Yep.
Yeah. So he was about to do a show with Princella and Sydney Star.
That's Son Netter. That's Sydney Star, Kevin Wesley, Amber Ali from what's she called? Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Yes.
And this was about about relationships and stuff like that. You know, and I put this together. Real life street.
But no, I want to say thank you for your patience. In all honesty and sincerity, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And
oh my god,
to the couples out there, I hope this is beneficial. To those who are seeking love, I hope this is beneficial as well.
And this is in Dallas, right?
Together. In Dallas, yeah.
And people just take advantage of goodness. And I don't like that.
You
know what I'm saying? I do not like that. I just been put in this position right now today, y'all. I was supposed to be up here doing this, but I had to fill in for someone. And so I can't leave our sister hanging. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, Sarnetta filled in for DJ Genesis for
Give it up for City Star.
Anton.
No, he filled in for the host. Shaka was supposed to host it, but then I had to find another host. So he ended up filling in for Shaka.
So you and Sarnetta been cool then?
Yeah, we've been cool since back in the day, like with Seti.
Okay.
With Seti, Sarah Seti.
Yes, you know, yeah, General Seti. Yeah,
oh my God, General Seti. Oh hell no.
You know what, E Black know old. This is what E Black, you could have been in our conversation yesterday. This nigga E Black know old YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He know all of that shit.
Right.
And
this was actually a good show, y'all. This actually was a good show. The camera angles were good. The audience.
What was the topic about? Let me full screen it. What was they talking about?
It was about relationships. You know what I'm saying? It was about
why they had Sydney. Why they had Sydney Star up there?
I had to find people because, like, you know, there was supposed to be
You're wrong for that.
It was supposed to be Princella, Tanya TKO, Kevin Wesley, and Ken Billions. It was gonna be Anton Daniel. It was gonna be but because Kevin had gotten into an argument with somebody and called her a bitch, then Princella and Tanya TKO they got out. They pulled out of the event last minute.
How long ago was this? Like
a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro, this shit is crazy, bro.
That's some wild shit.
That is like I remember, and I was like looking at the whole banner. I was like, what is Anton doing in Dallas? First of all, and then secondly, when he was going to, you know, this was Anton in the not the Gucci shirt. What would be the Coogee shirt?
The Coogee.
Yeah, this is Coogee Anton. So I'm like, what is
I did an interview with him on my channel to prelude to the show.
But Anton?
Yeah, this is Coogee Anton when he was like doing the whole Six to Goddess shit.
Yeah, he had like security guards and everything.
Yeah. Imagine Coogee Anton and Sydney Star and Charleston White in the same building.
Man, it was gonna be crazy. No, Prince Charleston was supposed to be hosting it originally, but then he pulled it. Man, it was so much. And then, like I said, people was just pulling out on me left and right. It was crazy. So, but the show still did okay. I just didn't get the audience I was expecting because I had a whole theater. If you look at the you'll see. Hold on. See how empty that theater is? You know what I'm saying? But I'll play a little bit of it.
Get breast implants because you need to, baby.
That's another thing. They called a transgender to come in to try to disrupt the show. Shaka and them called a transgender to come in and try to argue with Sydney Star to try to disrupt the show and end the show early. So the lady in the middle of this whole thing started to, argue with her. So she sits down.
Sydney Star, everybody. Woo!
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Sydney Star, transgender divas in the building. I'm a little late, but I'm here. Sorry, y'all.
Right. Better late than never.
Better late than never. Shout out to my cousin, Brittany. Love you.
All right.
I know I missed a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go back.
Get me in it. So
I'm going to go right back to the second question for you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationships?
That's a good question. How do I handle conflict and disagreement?
Yes.
I'll just be like, whose bank account is fatter, nigga?
Uh-oh.
So I got more money than you, so.
Damn.
So this is the transgender in the audience.
Right.
This is a fan in the audience.
The one who's talking,
got flavor. Hold on, everybody, calm down.
Let the fan stay here. Let the fan. It's a fan. It's a fan.
Wait, I want to see who. I want to see who else is up there, and I want to. We wanted a little bit. DJ Genesis. Genesis, stop it right here real quick.
Get breast implants because you need to.
Stop it when you could show the full panel. Who's everybody up here? I see the Wesley dude. I know him. DJ Genesis. I think you muted her or some shit. Wait a minute.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. It's so the Natasha Das, Sonetter's wife, Sydney Starr, Sonetter, Kevin Wesley, Amber Ali from Jocelyn's Cabaret, and this is Taurus Wells. He's like a well-known, like he's in like the lifestyle. He's like he was on Real Life Street Stars. He's in the whole like swinger lifestyle and like bondage lifestyle. So I had to trying to have different people up there to talk about different stuff.
Okay.
How do you reach out to the? Are you doing like the agent route? Or are you doing the PR? What like are you doing the DM, IG?
The IG DM. That's the biggest way to reach out to people and find.
Man, that's a fact. That is a fact. Okay.
Yeah, you hit them on the IG, they'll respond back quicker.
God damn. Look, y'all better be listening. DJ, you bet put this on membership.
Right, bro. And we got a parlay right after this. We got a parlay right quick.
Yeah.
Right after we end the show, man.
Yo, this when the music's supposed to come in, y'all. Ain't nobody got no music.
You gonna get.
Alrighty. So what's the next question, Sonetter?
Who let her in? Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? We just got started.
I'm scared. The curse. She has a curse on me. Woo! I'm scared. Baby, you're done. You're done. Bye. You're done. You'll never get this close to me ever again. Ever. You're done. You're done, hun.
I thought she was hungry at first, but I know she just ate some chicken. So
Eat my asshole.
Family.
Baby, this is exactly why I need security everywhere I go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a reality TV personality. Bitches hate on me. It's fine. But this is why I need security everywhere I go. For hoes like that.
So wait a minute. So Sydney Star came through with security. Wait a minute. DJ Genesis. Sydney Star had security.
Well, she had like a person with her as security, yeah.
Oh, okay. But not like a security team.
At first they waited, they pretended like they were gonna do the event all the way up to the last minute, and then they just didn't show up, left my house, took all my equipment and bounced the day before the event. So I was supposed to have security there. You know, I'm thinking that we're working together. No. So that's
So they bounced before this event.
Huh?
They bounced before this event, or was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Right? Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's not escalate it. Let's not escalate it in the audience. Let's calm down.
Sonetter, start asking some questions.
We got some young people in the audience.
I'm sorry, Mr. Moderator, but we from the west side of Chicago. We don't play those type of games.
I got you. Okay, so let me get back to the question that I asked you. How do you handle conflict and disagreement in your relationship?
Well, we see how she handle that.
If you want to finish it, you can finish it. Then we're gonna go down.
I believe whoever has the bigger bank account can do and make the rules, in my opinion. I mean, I know we're living in a whole new day and age, but sometimes the woman has more money than the man now. And in my perspective, I'm the trans woman, and I usually have way more money than the niggas I deal with. So they gonna listen to me, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, nigga, you want this $200? I told you I was gonna give you later. What you want to do?"
$200. What are you gonna do with $200?
Niggas from Chicago, that
buy them some weed and flip
There's some cheap niggas up there. Look at Chicago.
Buy some weed and flip it.
All right. Come on. Let's get order, brothers and sisters, up here on the stage. We got young ones out there in the audience. Let's try to get some order. Brother Kevin, you want to answer that question? Dealing with conflict. Oh no, you did that, right? Because right, throwing me off. Let me get back to the question.
As me dealing with conflict, I will say that I haven't been the best at dealing with conflict. I have pulled up, I've busted windows, I've busted uncle windows who happen to be pastors. I've pulled up to mama cribs and sat on the horn for 15 seconds and pulled off. I've pulled up to side bitches' cribs and kicked their door in and beat their ass. So
beat up Jocelyn from Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Drop Jocelyn with her coke doing wrong show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But you know what the fuck happened. But so I haven't been the best at handling conflicts, I'll be honest, but I'm learning and I'm praying. And I'm just hoping that I don't have to bust that many windows out to meet my husband. I would say handle it how you need to handle it. If you got to smack the hoe, you smack the hoe. You know, if you need to shake the bitch, you shake the bitch. No, seriously though, you handle it how you need to handle it, because sometimes it's people that you meet that needs to understand. You're not gonna keep meeting people and playing games with them. You're not gonna keep lying. You're not gonna keep trying to be slick. You're not gonna keep finessing. So if I gotta grab this 2x4 and go across your shit, next relationship you get in, you're gonna know. Period. Like, you right, baby.
Well,
I feel
and
you.
that's not always the
you
best
want me to
way
read this
to
question
handle it,
again?
but I know you're trying. You did say that. You are trying.
Says who?
You just said you're trying, and I appreciate you for saying
Hey,
that.
now, tell me how I should do it, mama.
No, actually, no one's perfect. So I'm not looking down on you for saying that. You know, everybody has had relationship issues. People
And
get
this one
hurt,
is
and you're
another wife,
investing
right?
your entire life into your
Nepal.
relationship.
Yep.
So, you know, sometimes they say love gets you seeing red and everything. So the idea is really to just try to protect yourself. When you see somebody's mistreating you and you know they're hurting you and you've invested all your love into this person, and this person just keeps on playing with you and doing things to just gaslight you, you have to look at yourself and say, what about my soul child? And that's yourself. You say, you know what? Am I going to bust this window out? Yeah, it might. This guy will be set back maybe, you know, 500-600. But what about my soul child? Because my soul child doesn't need this. And I'm not chastising her because, like I said, nobody is perfect.
What is a soul child?
Soul child is
that like music soul child?
Kind of. It's like
Oh my
your
gosh.
yourself. When you are a parent, you do everything for your child. You would kill for your child, die for your child. You do everything to protect your child. So you have to start looking at yourself like you look at your children. And when you do that, you start to see you make better choices for yourself. You make a lot. When you actually look at yourself as you look at your child, then you make better choices for yourself.
And if you don't have kids like me,
well, then that's what I'm saying. You love your soul child. You love yourself first.
Usually when ladies end up having a child, they end up changing everything in a good way about themselves too. So I know, you know, look at Krishan Rock. It seems like
Wait a
she's
minute. Is
been
Sydney
changed
Star
since she's had
talking
a
about
baby.
motherhood? Wait a minute, DJ. Genesis.
Yeah, and I don't want to focus too much on having children because there are young women who are single and don't have children.
Oh, it
My
gets
point
real
is,
crazy.
you want to
It
first
gets
think
crazy.
about what's best for yourself.
Sort of
So
low.
yeah,
Hold
he
on.
hurt you, so you want to hurt him. Remember that I said you give back negativity. It's when I say it's about reciprocity, it doesn't always mean that reciprocity is going to work out for you. You want to feed back what you get.
My children, anybody who comes from my wives, we're supposed to provide for them. So,
And this is your video,
Every-
DJ Genesis, right?
Not from the
Yeah, it's my
aspect of
video.
Mama, like he just
Okay,
reaches
okay,
off for
alright,
her
cool.
or goes to her for
100%
everything
mine.
he needs. A man should be able to pay his own life, and all that shows discipline, responsibility, and
okay.
Work
It's a
it,
difference
work
between
it.
sugar mama and treating your man good. It's a difference between that.
Okay,
Also-
but why
also-
is it okay for a woman to have a sugar daddy then? Like what? Because we normalize
No,
that
you're
all
right.
the
You're
time.
right. It's also a perverted style of relationship.
So it's-
It's a wireless mic right here.
So you have to.
Wireless.
But okay, you have to understand. I'm 43. I've been your age. But I've been younger. That sugar.
One at
daddy-
a time. Let us speak. Let us speak, y'all.
The sugar daddy, sugar mama thing is not working, because if it was working, then it wouldn't be so many women that are left being moms by themselves, not financially stable. This little money. If you show me one person right now in this room, I'm not talking about famous, who have a sugar daddy, who has the IUL, who has the IUL, who tells me what their investment score is, what they made today, and they have a longevity of life. Tell me they'll be able to take care of them. Show me a sugar mama right now in this room who'll be able to take care of themselves.
Me,
Wait
nigga.
a minute, longevity. I'm not talking about him giving you $10,000. I'm talking about future. An IUL.
I'm talking about right now. What I can do for myself. Y'all problem is y'all waiting for a nigga to take care of
I
you.
make $75,000 a year. I ain't waiting for a motherfucker.
Oh, well, I make more, but it's okay. So what I'm saying is,
Oh shit.
I'm not.
Y'all speak the microphone. Speak the microphone.
I'm just disagreeing with what you're saying. You saying who works or what works for a sugar baby, or it don't work. It don't work if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to be in love, you're trying to be kept. But for women who's not, it works. So it don't work for you, babe. But you can't.
Oh, okay then.
It worked for me though.
But guess what? I learned how to
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get my
child.
listen, baby. I learned how to
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. To this, wait a DJ Genesis. You
Pause.
gotta pause it. Pause.
It's working for you right
So
now.
this woman is a successful sugar baby. So could you rewind it a little bit? She's a successful sugar baby. She's saying it worked for her. You know, I'm trying to.
But you ain't lying. There was like 15 people in that audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got sabotaged. bro.
Damn, that's a lot of empty seats for real.
Yeah, it should have been way bigger than what it was. You know,
How long did you promote the event for though?
about 3 months.
Damn.
But
Was
I
it did you sell tickets? Was it tickets or
imagine I had Tanya TKO, she's supposed to bring her crowd. Princella, her crowd. Charleston, his crowd, right? Then none of them show up, and at the last minute, I have to change everything. None of those people are showing up. No, their crowd's not coming. Nothing.
Okay. So it wasn't like pay to get in.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Okay, because I'm saying if you were selling tickets and
the whole objective was to actually like to get the footage and do the town hall. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So,
but that's a fact, Lauren. That's a good that's not a bad lineup for some last minute shit, though.
Was it like about maybe 2 months? I would say. I'm sorry, July, and then this was in September, so 2 months.
That's what I'm telling people. People doing online events is hard. Like this is not like the same as like having all these people come in at a time, and like you say, these people cancel at the last second. Yeah, plane tickets, hotels, they cancel at the last second. You're dead in the water.
You got to make sure they get back and forth from the thing, the hotel room,
rental car, security.
People are like this. Oh, ain't nobody in the audience. Do you know how much money that went out to put this thing together? Even though was nobody there. That's then Real Life Street Stars did the filming.
So let me ask you this: did you? And you got to give us a number. But did you have to pay for the venue out of pocket?
$1,500.
Fuck. That is shit.
Yeah. So, and then imagine each person had their own fee. Anton was the only one that didn't charge me.
So you had to pay Sydney Star?
I had to pay everybody.
Yeah,
everybody up there had to get paid. That's the only that her and you know. That individual and Wesley is the only two people that I actually know from the internet.
Right. The whole objective was I was trying to do like a tonight's conversation type of situation. I was trying to kind of take, and I wanted like this to be like the first event, and then go to different cities and everything like that. But you know, that was the idea. But you know, if you don't have the right team with you, you know, then your whole thing gets destroyed.
Are you from Dallas?
No, I'm from Detroit.
Oh, so you're not even in your city doing this,
right?
Whoa, my God! Oh my! And I'm not laughing, but
I live here, but I haven't really. I don't really know people here. I don't have. Right. So,
but I mean, just like the audacious effort that you put in to do this is crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Bro, try to do an event out of your city. That's crazy.
They don't even think about how much they think. They look at the thing and say, "Well, hey, that you know," they think that anybody could just do. No, this is it costs money to do this.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I learned how to.
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get listen, baby. I learned how to get bread. I had a husband, right? We had a salon, and I'm still on my shit. Right? So it's working for you right now.
5K a week in this bitch.
My mama them
two it don't work for you.
See, hold on. You want me to rewind it? Hold on. I think that she was sitting down without the. Okay, let's go.
Kept, but for women who's not, it works. So
we'll give you $10,000. I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm talking about right now. What I could do for myself. Y'all problem is y'all waiting for a nigga to take care of you.
I make $75,000. You ain't waiting for a motherfucker.
But I make more. But it's okay. So what I'm saying is,
don't put me to dog.
I'm not.
Yeah, speak the microphone. Speak the microphone.
I'm just disagreeing with what you're saying. You saying who works or what works for a sugar baby, or it don't work. It don't work if you're trying to get married, if you're trying to be in love, you're trying to be kept. But for women who's not, it works. So it don't work for you, babe. But you can't.
Oh, okay then.
It worked for me though.
But guess what? I learned how to get.
It worked for me though.
I learned how to get my. Listen, baby. I learned how to get bread. I had a husband, right? We had a salon, and I'm still on my shit. Right? So it's working for you right now.
5K a week in this bitch.
My mama them titties
don't work for you.
You heard me? It's gonna be a younger girl that's gonna come by.
And when them titties sad, that's when I'm gonna get a nigga.
Hold on.
You know
Guess what?
Right now,
Speak to the microphone.
You don't have to be ran through. I feel like that's a
just
misconception.
listen. If you just instead of trying to respond and just listen to someone who's
I'm
just
gonna
trying
hear
to tell you something that is cute now, but when you get older, it's not gonna be cute.
I feel that.
It's not gonna be cute. So when I say somebody who is financially, spiritually, and all together from a sugar dad, you say you're not looking for that, but you're gonna get older. You're gonna miss that.
True.
So while you're occupying this space and this time, you have to think about later because it's the times.
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
What do you mean?
When you get older, what part doesn't work?
I got married at 31.
What are you missing right now?
So everything that a sugar daddy did could have done, my husband did.
Can I add something, please?
What are you missing?
Go ahead, Kevin. Kevin's gonna ask him.
So I mean, I may not have been.
That's not necessarily a sugar daddy, though. See, you got it two different.
Can I add something?
You asked me what did I do,
But the husband ain't doing what a sugar daddy would do.
I got married at 30.
Boyfriends pay bills. That's the same thing your husband did. Pay some bills. Sugar daddies go a little bit beyond. Sorry.
We got divorced. Guess what?
Yeah, Wesley Mike is kind of low too.
Let's get on back on this panel, y'all. Come on, let's get back on this
I
panel.
feel you what you're saying, sis. I feel like you got a lot of emotions because of what you've been through. But for what? See, look, I gave you a turn, but you gotta let me talk too. Like we two women. Well, I heard you out. Hear me out. You know, I feel like you have a lot of feelings just because you were a little louder, you were a little more aggressive, and I was listening to you. Just like when I started to talk, you talking over me. So I heard where you were coming from. But what I'm saying is, it works for me because I am agreeing with you.
Genesis.
A lot of things that you said are true.
There's some wireless
so
mic
my
right
question to you, what we were both trying to ask you
underneath you.
I never said that, babe. But I said
It's
you
okay.
had a lot of feelings. I said I was listening to you and I agree. But I feel like maybe I shouldn't talk to you because you upset with me or something. I'm just trying to talk to you back. I'm trying to give you a little response to what you were saying. So
What
I
up,
feel like what the
ET?
question was we was having is like what you're missing because you said
What up,
I'm sorry, thank you. You said that your husband was doing a lot of things that the sugar daddies was doing. You said as you get older, you know, your titties will sag and you know it's not as fulfilling. So I'm asking you, what I was trying to ask you is what are you missing now? Like what are you saying as to now? Because right now it's working for me. I know my titties will, I'm 30. I'm not 21 like you think. I'm 30 years old. So I got 10 years to be where you 13 to be where you at, which is not long. Time works like that. Okay. So what you're saying is as you get older and stuff like that, it doesn't work. I'm asking you, what are you missing now? You said you were married or are you still married? So that don't work for you. So the question was, okay, so let me go back to y'all. Let me answer that. So what y'all asked was what's working for or why it's working for us. I'm gonna tell you because I make so much motherfucking money and I still ain't gotta pay my bills. That works for me. I don't have to lay up with a nigga. I'm a makeup artist. I don't have to lay up with a nigga every night. I don't have to answer no questions. If I decide
All right, let's
to
bring
be
it back
with
to the panel, family. Let's bring it back.
I will.
Get that mic. Get that mic. Get that mic.
He sounded and not having it.
He said, "Get the mic."
So I was gonna say we perish
Can
for
I
lack
just
of
say
knowledge,
something?
right?
Hold on, let them.
Hold on,
Kevin. Kevin, hold on for 1 minute. Go ahead,
First
brother.
thing you said when we came in was it's the man's fault that women are like this. I don't understand how no man made her break windows, how no man makes this woman a sugar lady. I don't understand how we are
Sugar
at fault.
lady.
This is a woman's fault. This is what
It's
we don't
our
blame
fault.
that. What has happened is they try to demasculate men, and because of that, they don't allow us to be men. There is no thing. I make 3 times more than my wife. I would never be like, oh, I make more than you. I'm the boss. She the boss of the house. I don't understand how these women are like this. This is what
Yeah, he
happened to me
better
when I
get
was
some punani when he
20.
get
I
to
was
the
in
crib.
college.
Show it to buddy.
One girl I liked. She was all that. I was in fraternity,
You
played
stupid.
football, all kinds of girls. But I wanted to pursue her. And she said to me, she said, you're a player. I said, no, I'll change for you, babe. She said, you'll never get me how you are. I'll never see you. You can't. So in order to get someone, you have to change first. A lot of y'all are talking, when I get married, you'll never find a man. What man is going to say, I want a woman who busts my windows? That just doesn't happen. So when you act like that, no, that's not a man. That's not a man. See, the problem is y'all deal with a lot of boys. And the reason y'all deal with boys is because they mama raised them and they didn't have a father in the house. Because if you have a real man, he won't have that. He's not going to deal with that type of woman.
I was gonna say they're not gonna stay around long enough.
He don't deal with that. And so these single moms are raising boys that they wouldn't even date.
That's what keeping it real, keeping it all the way real.
Right.
Why did them?
And y'all, this is playing on DJ Genesis ends. If you wanted to pause at any time, just say something.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to pause.
One person raising a child typically doesn't give a child what they need. They often lack in their development, right? So I heard what you said, brother, and you're absolutely correct.
Can you pause it
we
real
are
quick?
responsible for the decisions that we make, right? So if I get upset and I react in a certain way, I can't really.
Genesis, pause it. How many cameras do you have? You have like 5. It looks like 5 cameras.
Yeah. Man, I would listen, but I'm also glad that it didn't get packed out because I didn't have security, and the way people were getting heated in the audience, that could have gotten real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually kind of glad it didn't really pack out because the audience, you see people standing up, they getting real emotional and stuff. So
let me ask you this: from doing this, is this the only one you did?
That was the only one, but I was trying, but I had ran out of
let
money
me ask,
to do it again.
So from
Yeah.
So from doing this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think like everything that you've seen, you know what I'm saying, that not having security and everything, you think you'll be able to have like, you think you learn enough to have a successful one? Because I ain't gonna say it's a complete failure because you still could use the footage, but yeah, go ahead, my fault. Answer the question.
Yeah, hell yeah, I could do it again. Now I know what it takes. You know, it was my first time ever doing it in my life. I had never put together something like this in my life. This is the first.
This is big for somebody who never put together some shit. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Right. I got to give you your props, Genesis. The only thing I'll say early, because I didn't get a chance to join the stream, man, I wish a nigga would be living in my goddamn house for free, talking shit behind my back.
Oh no! Let me tell you something. Why were they on the phone calling people?
Damn, Rakim, your mic is crazy, bro.
Jacked up, bro.
Hold on 1 second.
But do you know that they were calling people like during the event? Because I guess when they didn't show up, they began to call people, like call all the people that was on the panel and trying to get them to leave. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's some hating ass
These
shit
motherfuckers filmed the video on my house talking shit, and my house talking shit about me. Man, I would have spazzed, bro.
You supposed to claim them on your taxes.
They had left, and then that's when they did that. They took my
These
camera. They
motherfuckers sitting on my
camera.
motherfucking couch, talking shit about me in my house. Bro, I would have motherfucking, bro. It would have been a whole lot of ass kicking going on.
I couldn't find them. Trust me, I couldn't.
Would have been all types of Timberland boots, Jordans up their ass, all types of shit. It would have been a whole lot of ass kicking. Definitely.
And imagine if I would have got the panel that I initially got. Man, this could have been really good, you know. But maybe another time, you know, do it again, a smaller venue with a good panel. You know what I'm saying? But I just gotta build myself back up. You know what I'm saying? To do, you know, because it's one thing to have these panels like this, but it's another panel to do it live because the emotions get real. People get real emotional, and so you got to make sure you got security because. As you can see, that lady was a little bit inebriated. People be drinking a little bit, they get in the thing, they be real upset and stuff. So that could, and even when that transgender was arguing with Sydney Starr, she had a gun and pulled it out. So
wait, there's two transgenders up there?
No, the girl that Sydney was arguing with in the audience had she had what looked like it was a gun, but it was inside of a pouch. So yeah, we had to diffuse that situation. It was crazy. So yeah, there was a lot of hate behind. Imagine I'm putting this whole thing together and all this in the background going on. It was crazy.
Yeah, so. you need security and somebody with like them metal detector wands and shit, because you don't want nobody to be busting no shots in there. That should be crazy.
Yeah, well, the lady, she made sure she got there super early before anybody, you know, but yeah, I didn't. They were supposed to. I thought they were going to be there. They didn't show up, and you know, yeah.
We blame the other person, but we have to understand how dangerous. And I said that right. Dangerous relationships offer us if we're not prepared for what relationships entail. Most people are not going to be honest in their commitments. And when they lie to you, when they cheat on you, it's going to break your heart. And if you're not prepared for that, you're going to respond in the worst way. And now you're going to be looked at like your character's low, but really you're hurting. And the things that we do whenever we're hurting is we destroy each other. And so a lot of our children, like my son now, he has a girlfriend. I fear for him because he potentially will get his heart broken. He may break hers. And if we don't prepare our children for breakups and heartaches and people not being honest, they're going to lose their own life for their own freedom. Because when we get our hearts broken, especially these young kids, we're doing this in our adult age, y'all. Somebody don't do us right, they lie to us, we think we have the right to hit them. Somebody cheat on us, we think we have the right to end their lives. Imagine telling somebody's mother you ended their daughter's life because she cheated on you. That's crazy. Walk away if the person's not treating you right.
That's the man living in that
It makes more sense to walk away. But if we are emotionally invested in these relationships and people are just walking all over us, typically it brings the worst out of us. So this is why we should just walk away from people who don't know how to act. This is why you should vet people before you get in a relationship with them. Right?
Thank you, Kevin.
It's not that easy to just walk away though, because I've been in. Look,
so here's what I say: cry in the car. Okay, I don't care if you love them. I don't care if you love them and you still want to be with them. Sometimes you have to make the best decision for your life and your freedom, your future. So even if you care about them, sometimes you have to just leave them alone because your love for them is not going to make them act right. Your trust for them is no indication that they'll be trustworthy. It's just not. So when you watch somebody's patterns and you realize the way they're behaving is counterproductive to a harmonic relationship, if you have to cry in the car, cry in the car. Because if you stay with that person because of your emotions, they're not going to change. And that's when you spiral out and do the worst to them. You done told them 1,000 times, stop cheating on you. Now what you going to do? You catch them again. Now you're burning up. Now you're hurting something, hurting yourself. or just avoid them, leave them alone.
And there's really no justification for busting windows, but I busted windows because I felt in that moment I was fed up. I had already been through a heartbreak off and on, 10 years off and on. You never know what a person been through, what they going through, what they feeling. And in that moment, it's like, I'm either going to do that or I'm going to do something worse. You know,
Toxic femininity.
Hey,
can you I attract what I am.
Attract what you are.
Pause it,
DJ. I came from a parents who were very argumentative.
You said it ain't no justification. I could have did that. I'm gonna do something worse. Now, if he would have reacted in a worse manner, it could have cost her much more. You know, this shows people not thinking or just letting their emotions. Because let's say she looked like she dated her counterpart. So let's say she dating her counterpart, her male counterpart that's like that. She do the wrong thing to him. Let's say this nigga spaz out. People don't be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where them crimes of passion come through. People just being this, you know what I'm saying, in the heat of the moment and do some wild shit, and you can't take that shit back, especially if you take somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit.
That's why I tell people if you in the relationship like that, think before you do some shit like that. Before you don't be able to think at all, no more ever.
Right.
So like people need to understand that, man, and not letting their emotions get the best of them. Because some people are attracted to that shit. Some people like all of that, and I never understood that because I don't.
You know what it is? Some people they kind of like numb to certain shit to where like not numb, but they're not used to feeling like feeling nothing. So any feeling is good. You know what I'm saying? If you argue with them, a lot of times they see that as a sign that you care about them or you want to argue. They just need some sort of mental stimulation, and sometimes, unfortunately, there should be some unhealthy shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, did you see that video? Which doctor, the chick that had called for an Uber? It was here in Chicago. She called for an Uber. She got into it with her motherfucking boyfriend. The motherfucker started blowing at the Uber.
Damn, bro.
Like,
wait, he knew it was an Uber, or he thought it was she had a man.
I don't know, but she didn't let the Uber driver fucking know.
That is wild. That is
I'm
wild.
gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find the video.
That is crazy right there. Cause in the heat of the moment, that nigga see another nigga pulling up, he might think she just called boyfriend number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something about the Chicago man, because Amber Ali was on a panel we did with Smart Guy, because Smart Guy was supposed to be on the panel too. If you know what Smart Guy is, that's the guy that be talking about he be on like
you talking about the rapper. He used to rap. Smart, yeah, brother Smart,
on the panel as well. But like they got into such an extreme argument before the show that it got real. Like he told her I'm gonna slap you, and she was like, well, come slap me then. And you ain't gonna be slapping nothing but your dick when you get the. I mean, it was real crazy. Like
wait, who and him? Who and Smart?
Amber Ali, the girl that was with the blue hair, saying that she busts out windows. So like she really,
I could tell she's very confrontational. You know what I mean?
And she don't play that shit, and he wasn't playing that shit, and they both wasn't playing that shit. But then, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to Chicago right now," and it just got real. Like,
to be honest with you, DJ, women like that gotta be careful, because like a nigga not gonna just let you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
Yeah, it got real heated. So, but this guy, watch how this interaction happens. It's crazy.
I got with a female. I dated females who were argumentative. Even though I didn't want that, I had to step back and say, hold up, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm attracting what I am. There's a reason why most women who are in domestic violence, they say, I don't want this, they leave, and they get with somebody else who's the same way.
How long you and your wife been together?
10 years.
Good question.
I was gonna say, because she's very beautiful, and she looked like she don't take no shit.
Yes, she do.
Just by looking at her, she's looking like, look, I'm a bad-ish. I can,
But he looks like.
And I'm gonna say this because I'm sorry. I'm a passport bro. My wife from Dominican Republic. The reason I went over there is because she's submissive.
Yo soy dominicana.
She's submissive. She cooks. She does all that. That's just how it is. And what happens is, I think.
Sorry to cut you off, but I've been lately into the Dominican man myself. I love a Dominican man.
Wait a minute. Why they trying to do this, man?
Baby. Look,
but I think women nowadays think that by being submissive, that's weak. That is the most powerful thing you can be.
But as soon as we be submissive and we let them drive the car, they crash it. And we end up having to clean up the wreck.
You do not get
Man, I would gotta see. Wait a minute, DJ Genesis.
Thank you.
Okay,
I be hearing people saying this
who you
shit.
want your son to be. So
Wait a
don't
minute,
submit to a man.
DJ Genesis, pause it for me real quick, right? I be hearing a lot of women say, yeah, and when you be submissive, but most of them that I hear say that, I can't even imagine in my brain how it would look like for them to be submissive. So I don't even think they know what that shit really is. You know what I mean? What do you think
I
about
don't
that?
think Amber Ali could be submissive. She is not no submissive woman. She gonna be.
I can't picture her. I can't even picture her doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Amber is. She is funny. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. She is not gonna be no submissive.
Why you encouraging this shit? Come on, y'all be encouraging bad behavior.
Listen, but I wasn't. I felt like, you know what, people. I think that this is. I mean, you hear him. You get to hear from a hood chick. You get to hear all the different people and their opinions about relationships. Right, Nathan.
No, it was a good lineup. Even though you got Sydney Star up there. No. In hindsight, looking at it, I'm like, you know what? You got a good lineup. You know what I'm saying? You got a good lineup.
Yeah, because the whole thing, I was trying to just show like different dynamics of people. You know what I'm saying, and how they see it. You know.
No, I get you. I definitely understand that, Genesis. It's the same song and dance. One thing about certain women that's up there, they don't want to change. They don't want to do nothing. What they want the world to change for them.
Right.
And that's the thing that gets me with people. It's the same song and dance like what me and Witch Doctor was saying a couple of days ago with relationships. It's the same song and dance, man. People get upset because they can't find what they want, and they just want to complain about it and project it onto everybody else. Mm-hmm. And the reality is them. They don't want to look in the mirror and change themselves. They comfortable being where they are. They want people to come and meet them where they are.
And that's crazy, bro. It's easier to change yourself than change the whole fucking world. That is wild to me. Like the world gotta change to the world gotta adapt to you instead of you adapting to the world. That is crazy to me.
Facts.
So,
man who's unworthy of that. So if you submit to the right man, a capable man, you'll have a healthy relationship. I promise you. He will not take advantage of your femininity.
Yes, a lot of men want to be submitted to, but they're not worth submitting to, and they don't take the steps.
All right, hold on. Let me get to another question for y'all. Let me come with another question.
That's facts. Thank you.
Those men you don't submit to.
Thank you.
Those.
That's when a Buick want a Benz.
All right.
That's when a Buick want a Benz. It doesn't make sense.
All right. Next question, y'all. Next question.
Hold on,
what advice do you have
pause
for
it.
individuals struggling with communication in their relationship?
Go ahead.
Genesis. So, out of the people who showed up, it sounds like Priscilla's audience kind of showed up. Even if it's the small people who did show up, it sounds like, from my perspective, it's I get the ghetto ratchet people who want to just talk and won't, but it also sounds like a whole bunch of the females
type tip.
Yeah, it sounds like the sisterhood in the audience is kind of like they showed up.
You think that was some of the Princella people?
I don't know.
Some of them sound like it. They don't sound like Sonetta people. As a matter of fact, DJ, did the people promote even though they didn't show up? Were they promoting for the 3 months you was
No, they weren't.
Oh, you were the only one that promoted.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I found out later on, yeah.
But from your guys, what do you think? Who do you think showed up? What was the like people who came through?
I don't know. It was a very interesting crowd.
Probably was mixed. It probably was mixed.
Because we went out into the street and passed out flyers. We didn't just only rely on YouTube and stuff. So it could have been people from off the street. You know.
Damn. Okay.
This is some great footage, Genesis. Definitely some great footage. Well, one thing I was gonna tell you too, you ain't know about that one nigga in the middle of that video that the other people that was talking shit. You ain't know about that nigga here, and he wasn't to be trusted.
Who?
The niggas that was talking shit about her in her house. The people that she let live. You ain't see that nigga here, and the fact that he was wearing sunglasses.
He had fake dreadlocks. Before that,
Never trust a nigga with fake dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying?
well, I didn't know they were fake until after he left the house and had those braids in his head. You know, I didn't know they were fake.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I'm struggling with communication, so I can't tell you.
All right, go ahead, brother Kevin. Listen to your partner, hear their true concerns, and try to respond to their true concerns. Don't change what they just said to you. Don't flip it around. Listen to their concerns. If they came to you with a problem, don't raise your issues. Handle their problems. Okay, that's how you show someone that you care about them and you love them. Once you handle the issues, if you have an issue, now raise it, but don't disregard each other. That's the number one thing that lowers the value of a relationship. Yes,
Make them feel as if you understand and you relate to them as well. Yeah, that's
we're so conditioned and we've been over the course of time so manipulated mentally that our first thing is to defend. If someone comes to us, even in a relationship, when our partner comes to us with a concern, or we're immediately jumping to defend ourselves in our position. So the thing is, we're so ready, instead of responding, we're ready to react.
Absolutely.
So we're listening for something we're actively and unconsciously listening for that trigger so that we can immediately jump on the defensive, as opposed to listening to one another and actually receiving and accepting their energy, whatever emotion,
Absolutely.
whatever they're trying to convey
This
to us.
lady got a question, or
and
she
we immediately go on the attack.
That's it.
So it's all about we're not having conversations to hear or listen. We're having conversations or waiting for our opportunity to defend ourselves or to defend our position or to immediately react and discount their emotion and what they're feeling. So that's a big problem in our community.
So we're listening to respond.
All right.
And not
Hey,
listen.
can you give them my cousin? She can please.
Yes, I want to say something first. Someone spoke about the fact that you attract who you are. And I think a lot of times when we do draw certain vibrations to us, it's stuff that we have to work on. So if someone is saying something that we don't like, it's the shadow work that we have to do. We really have to take time to learn who we are. What triggers me? That's what I was talking about earlier, the mirror. The mirror is everything. Being able to be honest with yourself and say, I'm very temperamental. I'm very quick to judge somebody. I'm very quick to speak before I even listen. We have to create a sacred space for both energies, because it's male and female. It's yin and yang. It's always an opposite of everything. Your perspective or your reality may be different from my perspective and my reality. But if you love a person, and you don't have to be in love with that person to share love with that person. If you really want to share love with humanity, then you be the best you that you can be. The best version of you that you can be. Because that's what attracts. When we attract things, it comes from the non-physical. The energy that you call God, the energy that you don't see. But you have to connect with that. You have to raise your vibration. It's not about being back and forth. It's about, okay, what is it that you're saying? And really holding space for that.
Oh, I hate to
That's
be
what
on
I
that
would say.
panel.
We have to hold space and respect.
That was a great response. That was amazing.
Thank you. Yes.
I think the
You
biggest
need to
piece
be
to
on the
all of
panel.
this is accountability. A lot of us are
I'll
sharing
be
a lot
like,
of our
man, it's
experiences
time to
based on
go.
emotion, and emotion doesn't always solve the problem. We have to think with logic. In the spirit of what you're speaking of, in terms of us being defensive in conversation, that's work on our part. We cannot control other people. So if we're not ready to hear criticism or accept things that are going to help make us better, essentially, we should not be in a relationship because we have more work to do. Yeah. But to Mr. Passport Bro, I think you placed a lot of accountability on other people and not enough accountability on self. I'm not saying that, because I don't know you from a campaign. I don't know what you've done in your past, who you are today. All I'm saying is things started from somewhere. And so we can't pick up where they started, but we can fix where it is now by working on
Right.
health
They start looking at him
communicating properly and
differently. That's
effectively and not
crazy.
blaming people. I'm a single mother. And so, yes, it could be work that I need to do, but I felt triggered by the things that you said as a single mother, because I'm doing everything that I can to raise my children properly, of sound mind. And I don't raise them with just emotion. I raise them with logic, because we are logical people and we cannot make decisions off emotion. So I think that, again, accountability is really huge when it comes to having those difficult conversations, having that communication with people, learning to dig within self why we're triggered, as Ms. said, and work on that, because I'm not responsible for how you react to something I say. That's work that you have to do. I am responsible for how I say it, but your reaction needs to be on you. If you want to get up in arms, argue with me, yell at me, you need to tone it down, take a step back. I'm going to remove myself because I know I don't respond well to getting yelled at.
Nah, this is Prince Crow.
In our communication,
This is
I'm going to take a
Crow.
step back. I'm going to
Definitely.
reevaluate the conversation.
Pause. She's familiar with what a passport bro is and all of these. That is Prince Crow. Ain't no way that's none of
And
these.
she got a taper.
You see, I didn't want to point that out. Thank you.
Hey, and notice something, right? Now she said, now it's not about what you said. It's not about whatever I said. It's not about whatever I said. However you react to what I said or something like that, right? Now it's obviously it ain't about what he said. All he had to say was he was a passport bro, and that was enough to trigger her.
Yeah, he got discredited as soon as he said that shit.
Yeah. And the fact that, of course his wife is right there with him. That's enough to make these she holding it together well, but you can tell she's a little irritated by it, by what he said.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little irritated too. I'm like, you ain't gotta be. See, I'm a passport, bro. Come on now.
Why does that bother? Why does that bother anybody?
Why does it have to be even a thing? You have your wife from Dominican Republic. Why do you have to label yourself? Oh, a passport, bro.
What if the man is proud? He had to search far and wide. If you had to chop down a whole tree just to find a fruit, you're gonna want to let people know that you did all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The man probably proud.
I had to swim over the Dominican Republic. I'm a passport, bro.
You see, DJ Genesis, I sense a little bit of hate in your tone to this man. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You know,
we gonna be fair, Genesis. We ain't just sensing the hate from you. We ain't just sensing the hate from you. We sensing it from a couple other women over there. Hey,
he said it like that.
She got the big old rock on her chest too. Look at the girl. She
got the quartz, the big quartz crystal. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what's funny? You always knew somebody was hating back in the day when they start mimicking that person. Like this one, I'm a passport, bro.
That's how he said it. See, I don't understand how y'all doing this because see, I'm a passport, bro. When he said it like that, I said, "Oh, come on now, you too proud of that. Come on now."
Damn.
Approach it in a different
My
way.
wife cook. She submissive. She run the household. I give her all the money I got. I'm like.
I mean, she's a single mom for a reason, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, niggas, bro. You trying to go there, E Black.
I'm just saying, how can a single mom tell a person who's married how their choices in life are wrong or their ideology is wrong? It's I don't know.
And you know what's
Self-awareness,
crazy?
accountability, effective communication.
All right,
Yeah,
give it up for y'all.
that's
Give it up.
that's
Come
my
on,
baby
because we're
cousin.
coming back
Thanks,
around
baby.
to the positive information, y'all. That's what it's about.
I'm very look, Brittany, you did that. Even though I'm older than you, my little cousin is a little bit smarter than me, probably because I'm a dumb blonde. But you did that because usually I feel like to make things work, all you gotta do is give a person a present in the relationship, and we'll be all good. You give them, money is the key to happiness and the root of evil, but it does make people happy. Brittany, I hope I hope my cousin didn't make you mad to leave. Oh, okay. No, okay.
They've been here for a while, girl. They've been waiting on you for hours, Sydney.
Okay, I thought they was upset.
No, they was waiting for hours.
Oh no, okay, but no, you weren't. That's me. No, you did. You did.
No, what you said was real. It was needed. Yeah.
It's
Do Sonetta know who Sydney Star is?
No, I don't think he knew at the time.
Let me.
And together, I think a
wrong
lot of
for
times we
doing
get
Sonetta like
relationships to bandage ourselves, and so we don't got.
Sonetta older. He don't know about. He ain't watching no Real Housewives. No.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whatever program she's on.
They done set
Yeah,
Uncle
that's what you did.
Sonetta up.
And then when we get in these relationships, I can only speak from my perspective, you dig? But a lot of times I see women, they don't necessarily get with a man for leadership, a man that can lead them. A lot of times these women in my generation, they get with Bobo that show all his wealth in his pocket on Instagram, you dig? Everything he owned in his pocket. And then they get with guys like that, and they kind of compare everybody else to those kind of dudes. But like, we have to have some sort of accountability and say, hey, well, what can this person lead me to? Like, what leadership qualities does this person exhibit? You dig? And then so another thing is, man, we want, we should be looking for somebody that we can lead. You dig? And then lead, build our habits, our success habits, and leadership within ourselves before we get with the woman. You dig? Because where are we leading this person? A lot of times we get in relationships and don't understand that we're dealing with another human being. You feel me? We're dealing with somebody that's supposed to make us feel good about ourselves, our shortcomings. Somebody that's supposed to be there for us and share excitement. When we have accomplishments, but that's really like self-serving. We don't necessarily get in a relationship to say, well, what can I do for this person, or how can I better this person? You dig? And so I just think that's some things that we should put in our culture and our conversation when we talk about relationships. Leadership qualities. Where can this man take me? How can he do something for me? And then as a man, being able to exemplify those qualities before you even try to find a partner.
You got a girlfriend because you my type.
Hey man, hey.
All right.
No, we have an internet.
Wait.
I would like to say her name real quick. I don't know her name, but
Wait, what?
Damn.
Gotta rewind that. You gotta rewind it too, because we gotta hear his reaction. Come on, we gotta hear it. This is aggressive.
Before you rewind the witch doctor,
this is a little bit aggressive, right?
You know, society is
we have
changing.
accomplishments, but that's really like self-serving. We don't necessarily
Wait, the 18 rock real quick and
how
play
can I better this
DJ. My
person?
bad.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, society has changed when a punk can just flirt with you. Like,
that is not flirt. That's some aggressive shit right there. That is not
that's
even
crazy, bro.
That shit
That's
is wild.
crazy. And this is what we said about. And I don't want to seem like I'm discriminatory or hateful, but this is what I said about the Rainbow Coalition back in the day. They wanted to get rights to be able to go after straight men. Man, this was not about.
But you got to remember, though, this man, that's still, and respectfully, you know what I'm saying? That's still a dude. So that person's going to take the dude approach. They not, you know what I'm saying? Because a woman is going to plan themselves to where you go and holler at them, or they might say something not that aggressive, you know what I'm saying?
Conversation's about to be had right after this, because trust me, she fixing to ask Kevin Wesley, and Wesley going to be like, let me tell you something. So watch.
Damn, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's like Anton with the dude from
Please.
Yeah, it's like you don't think you cute. It's like, hold on,
you bogus for that
one. I'm just correlating the conversation. My bad, y'all. I'm on mute.
So I just think that's some things that we should put in our culture and our conversation when we talk about relationships. Leadership qualities. Where can this man take me? How can he do something for me? And then as a man, being able to exemplify those qualities before you even try to find a partner.
you got a girlfriend because you my type.
Hey man, hey.
All right.
No, wait, we have an internet celebrity. No, we have an internet celebrity in the audience. I would like to say her name real quick. I don't know her name, but I know she is Aaliyah's daughter. You said you were
where?
Right here. She was on the internet.
Who? Put your hand up.
She is
Girl, you ain't no fucking
legally
Aaliyah's
Aaliyah
daughter.
and R. Kelly's daughter.
Shit.
I know her.
Who
I
told
knew
you
that was her in the audience.
Dust yourself off and try again, baby
She
girl.
might be telling the truth. I don't know, but are you telling the truth? Are you Aaliyah's daughter?
Hell no.
She said she is Aaliyah's daughter.
I love Aaliyah. Don't even play with Aaliyah like that. She said,
I love you, and we'll talk after this, but I kind of believe you. I'm not even gonna lie. I do kind of believe you are Aaliyah and Robert Kelly's daughter. So we'll get back to that on another note. But
I love Aaliyah too much for the fucking foolery.
Hey.
Hold on. I want to say something real quick.
I want to ask a question, a real question.
Go ahead.
Not that these weren't real questions, but this is going to get a little bit
Poor
heated.
Nepal, she shouldn't be up
we
there.
won't be able to
DJ
talk.
Genesis, you wrong, man. I ain't gonna hold you. This is she's too rated PG for this panel, bro.
And just when we was gonna let it slide too. Just when we was gonna let it slide. A reason popped up why we shouldn't let it slide. Why they should have been up there.
2 flagrant fouls within a minute period of time.
Do you think that the reality, when we hear about men saying, the black woman she's hopeless? I mean, am I going down the wrong road? Because I feel like we need to just go ahead and get the elephant in the room out the way. When they say the black woman is hopeless, the brother said he's a passport bro, and I know brothers love black women, but I'm going to ask the brothers. I want either one of you decide who could go first. Is there any truth, or if you want to chime in, Sonetta, you could definitely. But is there any truth to that in this room? Because you hear it on the internet a lot, and is it bleeding over into real life? is it time to get away from black women and divest and go overseas? I know you're a husband of 2 black women, but I don't know this brother. So should we start with him and then whatever?
Husband of 2
I want to
black
talk.
women.
I want to talk about. I want to talk.
I know my
to
second
you.
wife.
Son,
I'm
I
married.
got you.
But anyway,
Oh, okay.
wait.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. You brother.
Now you've been talking all that shit,
Sisters,
like you
listen,
the
because
black king
we're
of
gonna
Africa,
hear-
and you got 2 wives.
No, they do.
What?
You hear this, John A? He got 2 wives.
They actually no, they do
I
in
support,
Africa.
I care for, and I love 2 beautiful women.
No, I've heard of that in Africa that they have multiple wives.
It's
but
not just in Africa, it's everywhere.
This guy don't look African. You look.
It's not just in Africa, it's everywhere.
More
Didn't
American.
he start just touch them?
let's really
Just put
hear-
a
Always remember, relationships are
Let's see.
about the people in them. So you guys have relationships that are harmonious for you guys. Therefore, you shouldn't criticize when people find relationships that are harmonious for them, right? So we're all different. The main goal is that you find a relationship that works for you and be honest.
Y'all both live together. All 3 of us.
Together. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay.
We need to get back to that question about the black. I want to talk because you know what? I'm always online hearing the brothers say this stuff about the black woman. I want to hear in live
Do
and
you
in
say
person.
2 for 1?
I don't
We're
believe.
gonna get to the polygyny soon. Go ahead, talk to us about is the black woman hopeless?
No, they're not. No, they're
Talk
not.
on it.
I do believe you run across the right person. That right person allows you to open up as a woman. It allows you to sit back in your femininity, right? I believe that with all my heart, point blank period. Now, I do understand that it is a popular thing nowadays for women to sit more in their masculinity, but that's only for comfort, that's for protection or whatnot, right?
Can I ask y'all this? Does sex make the relationship? Because I feel like if there is no good
Yes,
sex in it,
yes.
I'm leaving.
So what's that?
I'm leaving.
Yes, sex.
I
Come
can't,
on.
or I'm gonna cheat on you if we're
Put it
married.
on me.
If we married,
Let's come back to that.
Fuck
Let
me
me
so
ask
good,
this
I don't go nowhere.
question. Hang on, y'all. We gotta do
Oh,
it.
it's kids in here. Damn,
Okay.
it's kids in here. Okay.
So I mean,
I'm
to be honest with you,
Okay.
the sex thing threw me off. But okay, to be honest with you, point blank period, I do believe there's someone out there for somebody. There's someone out there with a thick head that'll go through that. There's somebody that'll take that $200. There's somebody that'll marry this
Show
man
you
twice over. There's someone out there for everybody, point blank period. And like you said, if you see somebody, like you said that earlier, I believe you said that earlier. If you see somebody relationship, take a piece out of it. If you hear some advice that might help you later on in life or might be a bit of help within your relationship, take a bit of that and tailor it to yourself. The sisters were talking about within a relationship. I didn't get to answer this question, but we were talking about conflict. First of all, when you're in a relationship, take the negative undertone words out of your relationship with that person that you so-called love. Take the negative undertones out.
Examples. What do you mean by
Argument, like an argument. I'm going to call it an argument. I have an argument with somebody on the street. I don't have an argument with my significant other. You know what I mean? I have an emotional discussion because the problem with these words is they
This
carry
nigga bullshitting.
negative vibrations. They carry negative vibrations. So if I'm looking at my queen,
this is
I
the
don't want to
problem.
see anything negative. I don't want
This
to.
is the problem.
If she's waiting on me to finish conversating, I know she is, right? So what I'm going
sometimes
to do,
arguing is good for the relationship, though.
if you get to the root cause, if you get to the root cause, it's good.
It makes up
But
for
both
great,
have got to be willing to get to the root cause, either both or one, which means that at some point I'm going to sit back and I'm going to allow you to talk. This whole time I allowed you to talk, right?
Right. You didn't interrupt me. You were a gentleman.
Exactly.
I appreciate you.
And then when I do get ready to talk to you, I'm going to talk with you with emotion and passion. And
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
know
to
that's when I need to shut up.
Can you
You know,
pause
and-
it for a second?
I'm not saying that's when you need to shut up, but at the same
Genesis.
time, you respected that. You know what I mean? And that's how you run your relationship.
See, this is the problem right here. Like niggas lie, man. I can just tell, and the funny thing is, you can just tell with the aggression that they was meeting with, like the one woman. You better tell us. So tell us what's going on with the black. Like,
But you know what though? Sometimes it be there, but sometimes it also be that them niggas be like self-promoting or bigging them, like they try to big them. You ask them a question, instead of the answer, they use their opportunity to try to big themselves up or make them look like they're different from everybody else. But buddy, I know you have arguments with your significant other. Come on, bro. There's no way you living with somebody forever and y'all don't got it. Probably not some big blowout.
You have emotional discussions. You don't have arguments. You can't use
That is but that is an argument, though, DJ Jen.
That's a low vibrational word. Okay.
You see, you buying it. You see that. This is why I don't like when y'all listen to R&B music and niggas like this guy. Yeah, this nigga just painting an illusion for y'all. You know what I mean?
And
Come on.
that's the thing that be getting. And I gotta ask, like.
Yo, your mic went out, bro.
Yeah, my bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
See, niggas like this, man, this is the problem, man. Niggas like this lie instead of when you care about somebody, you tell them the truth. Period. You tell them the truth. Now you're gonna have women thinking oh, it's not like this, it's this way. And they're never going to get no results from that. You just telling them what they want to hear. Tell the truth. Be honest. Be honest about it. We know some sorry niggas out there. It's some sorry niggas out there. Just like it's some sorry women out there. And sometimes people don't want to change who they are. They're accustomed to being who they want to be. You tell them all the things they need to do in order to elevate themselves to be able to attract someone that may be better for them. But truth be told, look at some of these women on the panel. They don't even know. I don't even think they even know how to. They wouldn't even know how to treat a good relationship if they got into one. Like, it's only certain things that they'll be accustomed to, and that's toxicity and a damaged ass, low class, no good nigga. That's what they're accustomed to having. I think a lot of the times they want that low class, damaged, sorry nigga to change his ways. But how the fuck you gonna do that? Like, I don't know, man. It be killing me sometimes when I be looking at some of this shit.
Yeah, point blank period. I deal with my queen a lot of times when she's frustrated. I would tell the men all the time, men love certain things. Like, say for instance, my queen, she's got
my queen. Wait a minute.
for a job.
You gotta pause it. But there's no way he's gonna run calling his woman my queen. No way, man. Come on, man. He's not calling his woman my queen all day. He just said he first. Oh my
he
God.
does. He's into. Watch when you find out more information. But yeah, he just might.
Okay, my bad. I just don't buy it.
Just watch.
Spreading her love throughout all day, every day. So when she brings her love to me, sometimes it's diminished. Right? So with that being said, I at a lot of times, even when she's frustrated, this and that, even if she's arguing about something that's not even root cause, I want to sit back and I want to be the comfort for her. I'm not going to get irritated. Why am I going to get frustrated? I chose to be with this woman. Why would I be frustrated within that argument?
Give it up for this brother. Come on, y'all.
You
So
see,
it
that's
sounds
what he
like
was
the
waiting
man
for. You
has to
see,
really
go
want
ahead.
to be with the woman,
Let
or
me give him a round of applause. So let me let Vato to the stage. This is what he did it for. He did it so he could get the women them to clap it up for him and shit like that. Vato, what the hell is that, bro?
What is that?
Oh, the vapory. Okay.
Wax. I was about to say, Vato, that's a rock valve or something, man. What the hell?
Right, like some. I was like, was that a crack?
Nah.
You out there slinging red tops?
It's not going to work. It's sad because when the woman wants the man, nothing happens. We go through hell and hot water. We go to Methuselah and back. But when the man wants the woman, everything works out. It's just like a one-way street. Like, why does it have to be if y'all want us?
Y'all
But
stop
if you
going
want
through
the
red
next woman
flags.
the next day, then it's F us and we have to go and pray to God to get the strength to move on. I'm sick of
So
it.
I'll
She has a
explain.
good point.
I'll
She
explain
has a very
something to
good
you guys.
point.
Okay?
Amber,
You
you
done made half of what
So
you saying.
when it comes to these relationships, right? You guys have to realize this: women are the access to sex. It is up to her to decide whenever she is ready and willing to let this man sleep with her. As bad as he may want it, it is up to her. Relationships are about the man. He typically has to carry that relationship to be responsible for. He's taking another person into his home. So a woman choosing a man for a relationship, it just doesn't work out that way. It's like me walking up to any one of you ladies saying, "Come on, let's have sex." Sex ain't up to me. It's up to y'all. But the relationship is up to the man. So if he pursues you for a relationship, only then should you take him serious. You shouldn't take a man serious who coming to you asking you for sex. Okay, because that's not how you're going to get that relationship with that man. If you want sex with that man, then absolutely have some sex. But if you want a relationship with him, he has to work for that. He has
Sir,
to take
can
you
I
out
ask
court
you what's your
to
name?
know you for that.
What's your name again? Kevin. Okay. Kevin, I would like to ask you a question, and the men up here and
All right, I want to let y'all know y'all got a minute to answer the question.
Okay, it's quick. It's quick.
A minute to answer the question.
So I see what's going on here, but I want to know if you was to meet a queen out in the world, think she's beautiful, and she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days.
You gotta rewind this. You gotta rewind this.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Wait, what?
The full screen.
Didn't I say after we just let this shit slide? After we just let this shit slide. This is what happened.
We got paused it right at the craziest moment too.
You see what happened when you let shit slide. You see what happened when you let shit slide. You give people an inch and they take a fucking mile. That's what happened.
Wait, you gotta rewind it because I gotta hear how he like how they line up the question.
Wait, he say somebody say screenshot that still.
Hey.
What? On his face, bro. Put it on the screen. Wait, put it bigger so you can see his face.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. Whoever wanted a screenshot, y'all got it.
Like, nigga, what? I know you ain't did me.
Yo, where that question even come from? That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wild.
See, this
That's
is why
a
I don't deal
violation.
with black people. That's why I shouldn't even came to this event.
That brother Koofy about to slide off his head in the
All right. So
wait,
was a
Nightish. Come
queen
on,
out
Nightish. This is
in
wild.
the world. I think she's beautiful. Woo, woo, woo. And she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days. So what happens if something like that happens as a man? What do you do?
Chitty chitty bang bang.
If they told me straight up that they were trans, I would thank them for telling me straight up, and that's just it.
So what happens if she led you on? Maybe
I'd be highly frustrated, highly pissed, and she'd probably get the worst out of me.
Would you hurt her?
I would feel raped.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even if you guys didn't have sex or anything like that?
Well, if I touched her in any way and I found out that she wasn't what I like, my type, then I would feel tricked.
Is that
raped.
wow? Because I.
But why did you find the?
Yeah. We gotta. And rewind it too if you can, so we could. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you a question, Witch Doctor. Hasn't men said this before? Like, this is like, we knew that this would be an issue. We knew it would be people like that'll be trying to pull stunts like that. Not saying I don't know what that that community does or whatever, but the idea that you would think it's okay to try to deceive a straight man into, even if it's like let's say not like just touching or
To me, any physical thing, to me that shit is low key SA. I wouldn't say it's full fledged grape, but it's SA because is you ain't consent to that. You thought you was getting, you know what I'm saying? You thought it was the pum pum down there. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And that shit is not cool. And this has happened with some of these transformers before, and they end up losing their life behind that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
a woman said, even looking at you in a different type of way is sexual harassment. So
You see, you got a point, Vato.
Like, I don't give a damn if you get rejected 10 times out of 10. If you tell the truth.
But why wouldn't you want somebody that fuck with what you got going on? Why try to get somebody? You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. It's like you trying to rob people of they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Right. I saw a Tubi movie like that too, not that long ago, where a person was a transformer and ain't let it was the clip, and they ain't let them know, and them motherfuckers went and hid in the bathroom, and he was like, "Motherfuckers been saying you was a transformer and all of that," and then they didn't say, and then that motherfucker was like losing his mind. I'm like, you can't play games like that with people.
Yeah.
You want a relationship with him, he has to work for that. He has to take you out course and get to know you for that.
What's your name again? Kevin. Okay. Kevin, I would like to ask you a question, and the men up here and
all right, I want to let y'all know y'all got a minute to answer the question.
Okay, it's quick. It's quick.
Minute to answer the question.
So I see what's going on here, but I want to know if you were to meet a queen out in the world, think she's beautiful, woo woo woo, and she lets you know that she's a trans woman. What happens in that situation? Because we're in 2023 now. You can't tell the difference these days. So what happens if something like that happens as a man? What do you do?
Chitty chitty bang bang.
If they told me straight up that they were trans, I would thank them for telling me straight up, and that's just it.
So what happens if she led you on? Maybe
I'd be highly frustrated, highly pissed, and she'd probably get the worst out of me.
Would you hurt her?
I would feel raped.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even if you guys didn't have sex or anything like that?
Well, if I touched her in any way and I found out that she wasn't what I like, my type, then I would feel tricked.
Is that
feel raped.
Wow, because I.
But why did you find the without knowing that you found the like you're a man and you don't know what you're sliding off in?
No, let's just say.
But
That's
these
fucked
days,
up.
you can't
She said
tell
before
these
sex.
days.
She
You
said
can't
before
tell
sex.
these days, so he wouldn't know.
But when they're doing it, they're not gonna know.
I feel even if I was just holding her hand, if I didn't know that was a guy and I didn't know all that going in,
You don't see the Adam's apple.
You can't build a foundation on deception though.
But my
Hey,
thing
look.
is, I just want
Hey, hold on in the audience. Hold on.
Wait,
I'm
he
gonna
still
close
got
this
the
thing out. We're
microphone?
gonna have to close this thing
I
out real
wanted to see
quick.
if he was gonna say if he
No,
was
he
gonna
asked
say
for it.
Ain't nobody gonna do.
because that's usually what
But you don't
happens
know what
in
he gonna.
today's day. If a man feels tricked,
That's why I
he
said
will
chitty chitty
kill
bang bang.
her. He will kill her as a trans woman because of him feeling his manhood was taken from him.
But that's
But
like
I mean, that's
like,
only if you take it so far, though.
that's like a woman
saying
taking a
something.
man's
be
life if
honest,
she
yo.
found out he
Play on
cheated
these
on her. It's the same.
All right, last question. I want the panel to go through it. Last question. Then we're going to bring up a
I never
performing
did
artist
this.
to come up here and give us some powerful
Nothing
entertainment. Nepal, you wanted to say something?
I was going to speak on that as
Go ahead.
far as relationships go. Just like with women, when you're violated, you know what I'm saying? Like if a man rapes a woman, you know, you want that person to die. And I'm not saying no, there should never be violence against anyone. You should be able to go through the justice system. So you should never, ever, ever kill someone who hasn't tried to take your life. But we have to stop. I don't like using the situation with the trans because there's sick people who look for trans. So I like to put that aside. But we have to stop making men bow down and they have to be men again. No, that's one. There's just a short list that men have. You know, I don't want to sleep with other men if I'm heterosexual. I just want to come home and have peace. You know, and I'm not a pick me. You know, then there's about 3 other things on that list. So yes, we have to be sensitive because you can't take people's lives. However, we also have to look at the trans responsibility. Don't trick men because there are some beautiful.
Exactly,
we
my love.
have one right here.
One right here,
Wait,
and I
we
don't
have
walk around with trans
No, you
women
don't
on
do
my
that.
forehead,
But
and
you
I
don't
won't.
do that, Sydney.
But the
there's
thing is,
women
I
out
hate
there who do.
when a man comes on to me, doesn't know anything about my history, doesn't know my TV history, doesn't know all the shows I've been on, literally popular ass shows, Wildin' Out, Baddies,
So he doesn't
Love
know
and
you're
Hip Hop,
trans, he
doesn't
knows-
know anything. But when I let them know that I'm trans, I am the fucking wrong person. I'm in the
Like
wrong.
in that
All right. In closing.
Okay, well,
But that's
I'm gonna give y'all a minute.
to say to close.
I'm gonna get it uncomfortable.
Let's get this
Okay,
up.
we got
Go
some
ahead.
people in the audience
hate
that
this
want to
play.
say.
I've
that
been
I'm the
sitting
wrong
and I've been listening to everybody talk. Like I literally been listening to everybody talk.
Yeah, thank you.
And I just been listening to everybody feedback about relationships, about everything. And I hear the fellas blaming the women blaming the fellas, everybody just blaming each other. But I want to say this to close this out. Like everybody is their own person. Everybody have baggage that they got to carry in a relationship. You can't blame Tom, Dick, and Harry for what your actions done brought upon you, or you can't blame the next person for what you feel like is going wrong within yourself. So I just been listening to everybody, and I just feel like the man and the woman have some type of accountability to uphold in a relationship. You can't blame everybody for what's going wrong within your relationship. I just feel like everybody needs to take accountability for what's going on in the relationship and just stop blaming others. And it comes a time where everybody have that weight on their shoulder. And once you carry a 5-pound bag of sugar, like it continues to get heavier and heavier. And I'm being serious when I speak this because
But you know it's 2023.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him
I'm
finish.
sorry.
Let him finish.
This
Please.
is my best friend, y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
Let him
I'm
finish.
serious. It like everybody just need to stop holding somebody else accountable for their actions, and everybody need to just man up and woman up and just take full responsibility for what's going on in the relationship.
agree.
And that's just real. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you,
All right,
you, brother
all right.
Jermaine. Give it up for Jermaine. Thank you, brother Jermaine. Sit
Yes,
your ass
we're gonna
down.
move on, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, right? We as black men don't want to take responsibility. And that's the problem. We got to take responsibility in every nationality. That white man is at the head of his family. And that white man take responsibility, right? When you look at every nationality, it's always the man at the top. Only in the Negro community is because the woman makes more money, so I'm going to run the household. It still don't work like that. Not with me, it don't. You see what I'm saying? Because I have a wife that make more money than me, but she give me that respect
right here
and still allow me to run my damn household.
Because
Okay?
you're a man. If you wasn't a man, she wouldn't give you that
Trust
respect.
me, man. Ain't no woman out there. I don't give a damn how much you make. When you step in my house, you still gonna respect me as a damn man.
That's a man.
And
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
run this.
That's a
I
man.
don't wanna- I'm gonna run my household like
That's
a
a
man's
man.
supposed to.
Woo, where's
We got
his
to
son?
get back to being men. That's all I'm telling y'all.
Where's
That's
his
not
son?
that's not disrespecting your woman. That's making her look up to you and respect you as a man. When you give that right over, she can run over you all day long, man. Do what she want to do. Come on, man.
How long y'all been together? How long y'all been married?
I've been with my wife for like 35 years.
You have 3 wives.
How many sons you got?
I've been with one of my wives for 35 years.
Wait, hold on.
I've been with my
Wait,
second,
wait,
I've been with
wait.
my second wife.
For 25.
I've been with my
Class
second
is
wife
adjourned, everybody.
for over 20 years.
Your third wife for 4 years.
You know what happened, man? We as a people have been stripped of a thorough knowledge of self, man.
Talk
Y'all
on
been
it. Come
stripped
on.
of a knowledge of self.
I mean, that's some commitment. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all been in 5-month relationships, and y'all
I
like
want to
making it.
say
I
this
just
real
want to put
quick.
that
I
out
want to say
there.
this real quick. This brother right here.
3? Oh
You're
my
right.
God. He got 3 wives. You
Child,
got
please.
2. He out.
I'm busting out 3 house windows.
Why she keep touching that
I
man?
want to say this. I want to say to this young king. He's
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
they
Now,
they
it's not so much
comfortable.
about fault as it is responsibility. So it's not whose fault it is.
Just a
Whose
sugar daddy.
responsibility is it in a relationship to make a relationship harmonic? Both people, right? So it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. So if you're not giving all to your relationship, it's silly if you expect it to be harmonic. If you're not giving your all, you cheating. If you're not giving your all. So why take somebody into your life if you're not going to treat them right? It makes absolutely no sense. It's like bringing a pet home that you're not going to feed. Why would you do that? Right? So it's not about going back in time and finding out who's originally responsible for all this mess. We all know that there's women who are not worthy of marriage. There's men who are not worthy of marriage, and it's always going to be the case. All right. If you want a relationship, you gotta work it. You gotta make it happen. While you talking, close us out, brother. You got a minute. Okay.
Close us out.
I would just say, guys, for me, I speak for our ancestors who have not yet arrived. I speak for the children. So my goal is to make sure that we have harmonious relationships so our children have their mother and their father in the home so they can get everything they need in their development because they didn't ask to be here. So we can choose whatever life we want individually. But if we're not thinking about those children, we're not going to be accountable to those lives, and we're going to keep on damaging our communities because we just like pleasure. And we don't actually seek to be accountable to the life that we live. So if we want to fix our communities, it's going to require us all to be responsible for the relationships that we take on.
Is one of your wives?
No, both are.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Whatever
But
that-
one of his wives is here in the white sonnetter.
Where?
Which one of Sonetta's wife is this here?
Are you one of his
Where
wives?
is the wife?
I'm one of his wives.
Really? Okay.
I got one of my subs
So
there, too.
it don't.
Stand up, sister.
I
Let me
don't-
see.
Why are you okay with
I'm gonna be
having
real.
a
I
husband?
don't feel bad with being the thought that I
Sex
am
with other
because y'all got 3 and 2 wives, and I'll be thoughting
Why
it
are you
out.
okay
That's not
with
thought.
that? Like, how can you be
We didn't even
okay
get a chance to
with
talk
a
about
man that has sex with multiple women? How are you
Those
okay
are
with
my
that?
sister
But
wives.
you
Can
sitting
I-
here trying
Amber,
to give me advice? How can
Amber,
you give me advice? Look at what
Amber,
you stand for.
Amber.
My mother would never stand for that.
Amber, really quickly, just because this man is polygamous does not mean
Polygamous my ass. That's trifling.
It's not trifling.
That's what it is. It's
you do
trifling.
what work for you as an advocate
It's
of polygamy.
trifling,
You
and
do
I'm
what works for
sorry.
you in 2023. 3 incomes is
So I
what
can go be a hoe and fuck 6 niggas, have their babies, and be
3
a
incomes.
prostitute, and everything will be all
So
right.
think about this right here. Think about this right here. Say you meet a single guy. He's unmarried, right? He don't
Yes.
have wives at all, right? So he's single. How many women do you think that he's sleeping with?
several. You polygamous.
Damn, if you
and
didn't
you-
know
Good one, Kevin.
A lot.
Are we doing
A lot. Okay.
How many wives did Jesus have?
What that's supposed to
Jesus
be?
is an advocate for free poly.
How many wives did the men in the Bible have? How many?
They had several wives.
Thank you. Why does
They had several. The Bible
prophets-
had
that's
the
just
several.
greedy.
prophets
It's
of
just
God-
greedy.
the
And
prophets of the
basically,
Most High
let me tell y'all
had
something because I'm gonna
several
get this
wives.
out.
What are you talking
Sonetta,
Leonard,
DJ Genesis, you gotta stop the video sometime too. You know what I mean?
No, right. I just wanted to show y'all like that turbo. So what y'all gotta say about that?
Jesus had like 4 wives right now.
Wait, did he have 4 wives?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Please do not clip that. No.
Okay. You said how many women did the people with men in the Bible? I think they had multiple wives in the Bible, didn't they?
Right.
Always found it crazy how people like to use religion when it's convenient. They don't follow the holy book on any aspects except when they are using scripture when it's convenient to fit their narrative. That's crazy to me.
This woman said, "How could a woman be okay with a man who fucks with multiple women?" And this ain't the same woman that says she about to have sugar daddies, and when her titties drop, then she about to get a man. That is crazy to hear the same woman that said that shit say a woman shouldn't be with a man that fucking with multiple women. That's crazy.
They're on stage with a transvestite, so the whole conversation fucked up.
The whole shit is out of pocket.
A transformer that keep hitting on a dude at that.
Yeah,
and keep
whoever.
touching, keep
Hey, I
touching the man on the shoulder. You know what I mean? Shit.
Hey, I
man.
think the dude in the audience still got the microphone every time. Every time Sydney talk, he got the microphone. I'm like, nigga, you pass the motherfucking mic, bro. Shit, man, this shit is crazy. Genesis, you set up some fuckery.
Right.
I'm just
In
letting you know
real
right
life,
now.
in real whole life, you know what I mean? This ain't no panel fuckery. This some real whole life.
This is not like our regular fuckery. This is like real life panel fuckery. Yeah, right.
Has one take
Who
life.
works for you in 2023? 3 incomes.
So I can go be a hoe and fuck 6 niggas,
okay.
have 8 babies, and be a
Watch this.
prostitute, and everything will be all
So
right.
think about this right here. Think about this right here. Say you meet a single guy, he's unmarried, right? He don't
Yes.
have wives at all, right? So he's single. How many women do you think that he's sleeping with?
Several. You polygamous if you didn't voluntarily.
A lot. A
Are
lot.
we doing
A lot. Okay.
How many wives did Jesus have?
What that's supposed to mean?
Jesus was an
Jesus
advocate for
wasn't married.
poly.
So we should have
But
How many
It's
wives
different.
did the men in the Bible have? How many?
they had
Zero.
several wives.
Thank you.
So
Why
we
does
have zero wives?
They had several.
I
The
feel
Bible,
like
they
that's
had
just
several.
greedy.
prophets of
It's just
God.
greedy.
The
And
prophets of the
basically,
Most High
let me tell y'all
have
something because I'm
several
gonna get this
wives. What are you
out.
talking about?
Sonetta,
Let her get
let
it
me
out.
say this.
Let her get it
Abraham
out.
I
had 2
love you
wives.
and I respect you, brother, but men like you are nothing but greedy. Basically, because I'm a man and I got the money and the power to control shit and run shit, that I'm just gonna have multiple women. But if women had multiple men, it'll be a whole different. Please,
They do.
you had
Mine do.
Amber, but why you think it's
Mine do.
them? Why do you think it's them?
You got one behind you.
Why do you
Mine
think it's
do.
them?
It's just
I
not
want a wife.
cool. It's giving greedy. It's
Okay.
giving
Well, I
greedy.
want to say this. All right, we all have our opinions.
I get it.
Let me say
It's
this.
giving greedy.
The thing about the woman and the man, women are not wired the same as men. Women are not wired the same as men. And it is about, I know people don't, I'm not, listen, you can be monogamous if you want, but a man is biologically designed to have multiple wives. It's just, it's natural.
Girl.
Who told you that?
A man,
Who
listen,
told you that
listen.
men
nature.
were
It's nature.
designed
You
to
get
have
pregnant.
multiple
You get
wives?
pregnant. It's
It's
9
getting
months.
part
You out the
two.
game.
Yo, it's to each his own, man. If it ain't for you,
Y'all
don't
believe
do
in
it.
whatever the Bible
It's
or
not
y'all
easy.
believe, and it's
I'm gonna
not
tell
cool.
you right now. It's not easy, y'all.
Yeah, it's not easy.
All right. So it's to each his own. That's all it is. So
Just-
It's giving.
that's all it is.
It's definitely gonna need a part 2 or 3 and 4.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
greedy
Think
and
about
it's
this.
disgusting.
This,
Well,
this,
come on
this whole meeting of the minds. That's why I brought this together. You see what's happening here is because
Go ahead.
Come on,
this
Big
right
O,
here. You
Big O,
see how we
Big O.
can't even
Genesis
agree when
regulated.
people when they came together. They're agreeing with their situation.
I'm appalled.
Okay, up here we have
So-
1, 2, 3 people. who
okay,
do
so
poly.
okay, so
1,
you
2, 3, 4.
right. So all right.
I
So
got my
did you get
hand
to
in the
say
tub.
your closing statement? Did you get to say your closing statement?
I'm also mad y'all kicked out.
I wanted to say this. Hold on. He closing
Hold on,
out.
hold on. We gotta close out because we gotta
Okay.
we gotta
Yeah, we got shorts. Where's shorts at?
Brother Shorts about to come on.
Brother Shorts getting ready to tear
We've
the
had a
house
great
up,
night.
man.
I thank everybody for coming.
Thank you,
But we gotta
Monica.
close this out.
I would like to say, I wish y'all didn't kick out my hater fan because I would have made baddies up in this. Yeah, baddies would have been turned. I'd have went down there and gave y'all a baddies episode. That yeah, y'all should have kept that person in
We'll
here.
talk about it.
I don't know why y'all kicked that person out. Why did y'all kick the person out?
Because we was gonna whoop her
No
if they
shade.
didn't. They were
being
Because I'm just saying dead ass. Y'all should have let the person stay because it would have been a baddies episode with this all at once. But I thank you for having me.
Where is she, Monica? Is she still
All right,
around?
all right.
She's
all
gone.
right.
She purposely did that to start messing. She knew what she was doing. So.
I would love to be a part of the next one because this is going to get bigger and bigger. This is just
You-
the
you-
first
so-
one.
so- so-
One day
so-
this
so-
person-
so who can see my vision?
All right.
I
Who
see
can see
the
my
vision.
vision?
Let's hear
I see the
Genesis
vision.
vision. We're gonna work together. Talk about New York.
Vision.
All right. At the end of the day,
Pause.
we're supposed to be closing
Close
out
this
with
out.
love. Point blank period. Y'all need
Thank you
y'all
guys.
love.
Thank y'all for having me.
Give it up. Give it
The
up.
transgender
Sydney, y'all.
diva, Sydney Star.
Let's put it.
All right,
put
thank
your
you.
hands
Let
together.
Taurus close because he had something to say. Let Taurus close out. Close out and say your final words.
I mean, at the end of the day, point blank period, like my man
Taurus
said,
closing out.
we are all responsible within our
Panel,
relationships,
y'all,
right?
panel.
We are all
Taurus
responsible.
closing out.
But in real life, reality, at some times, your mate can fall short of being that person for you as
He
far
looks like
as
logic.
holding your mental capacity or emotional capacity. And at that point, that's when you're supposed to take over. It's supposed to go back and forth, point blank period. And at the end of the day, in all honesty, we put this panel up here so we can get all kind of different ideas and just see what people are saying and feeling about other people's aspects of life. But in real life, man, point blank period.
Whole time this girl been sitting there.
Who?
The
You
girl
don't-
in the red hair.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's his sub. He is into like the S&M. So
Oh, BDS. Okay.
so
What's
wow.
S&M?
the whole entire show, she's sitting there like this.
What's S&M?
BDSM. That's what she means.
Like
BDSM?
slave and
Oh,
master,
hell
slave and
no.
master
Oh,
situation.
hell no. This shit, wow.
Submissive and master. My friend.
Oh, hell
No, it's
no.
actually it's not submissive. It's mastiff kiss.
They got all types of shit going on up on that stage, man. Oh,
Right,
hell
right,
no.
right. It's a gumbo of ratchet shit. You know what I mean?
Did Sydney Star have to use the men's bathroom or the women's?
I don't know.
Oh, my fault. My fault. My fault.
Did she sit down or stand up?
Come on, man. What's going on, man?
So you only saw his. You couldn't see or her over here the whole time that she was sitting. There.
Okay. Did she have basketball shorts when she left?
Capacity. And at that point, that's when you're supposed to take over. It's supposed to go back and forth, point blank period. And at the end of the day, in all honesty, we put this panel up here so we can get all kind of different ideas and just see what people are saying and feeling about other people's aspects of life. But in real life, man, point blank period, we all do need to heal on a continuous basis. Yourself, starting with yourself. You don't know what love looks like until you love yourself, right? And if you're in your relationship, right, the soul child, and if you're in your relationship and you don't know what love looks like, make sure you express that to your partner. So maybe your partner can help you find what love looks like. Maybe they can hold you up. Maybe they can support you. Maybe they can push you in the right direction. But point blank period, when you choose a partner, just know you chose someone and they'll never get that time in their life back. Think about it like that. Start thinking about deeper things. I'll never get this time back that I spent with you. You know what I mean? Right. So with that being said, don't take anyone's life away just because you wanted to be the sugar mama or the sugar daddy, or you want to be the pimp, you want to get that extra notch up under your belt or something like that. Now, don't take nobody's life away for that. You know what I mean? Be honest, point blank period. And don't get your head busted up with some wood because you was lying.
Thank you.
All right, give it up for Taurus, y'all. Give it up.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of the show. After that, I have a person come up and perform. But yeah, that was it. So that was the show that caused all that drama, all the hoopla, blah 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 blah. And yeah. But I was gonna show y'all the same chick, the Amber Ali, how she and this smart dude went ham on each other on this panel because
they don't want to be held accountable. The black woman ego has to be destroyed. This is the problem. I am blaming black women. Yes, I said it. Yeah, let me say. Let me.
He was going to be on the panel. So could you imagine if he was on the channel? So they end up into it, and it got real crazy. Like they started to threaten each other, and they had already responded to this speaking, and she is speaking live.
How many subscribers did you have when they were fucking with you?
If you want to sit here and take what I'm saying out of context, if we don't want to look at the reality, that's why I mentioned the Willie Lynch letter. Black women have been conditioned to be a certain way. The black man is the only man that gets disrespected by his woman publicly. The white man don't do that. He don't deal with that. The Chinese man don't deal with that.
What about Me Too? I thought the white woman was going down the Capitol with like pink hats on.
DJ, how many subscribers did you have?
Let's really go there. At that time, about 30,000.
How many followers in total?
Well, now I have 60,000, but at the time of all this going on, it's about 30,000 followers.
So they didn't really look at you any type of way because you had a little bit of numbers or whatever.
That's not a little bit of numbers, bro.
Yeah, that's a nice little hefty amount.
Right.
How long did it take you to get that?
Nah, he's right. There's people who be number watching.
But you can make some decent money off 30,000 followers.
Right. You don't gotta get no A-lister. You just gotta get the people them that gonna bite because they're not that big. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get people that's reachable. You know what I'm saying?
But what he's saying is just the number watchers, the haters.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? You know why I say that's not because. Maybe back.
You gotta have 100,000 to fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. People are like,
nah, because back in the day, like on the old YouTube, like if you had 30,000, that wasn't considered much because everything was based off of numbers then. But now the way the viewership and everything has changed, 30,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at. And if anything, it's a foundation. You build off of that. So you can make a little change off 30,000.
Man, people be tripping off of 500 subs, man.
Yeah, that's true.
People be hating.
Well, DJ Witch Doctor got more engagement than I do, and he has less subscribers. So all that subs don't mean nothing. It don't mean shit.
Because a lot of DJ Genesis subscribers they watch replay and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you say after your life finish, then your views start going up. Mine's don't go up that. I don't get a lot of replay value because I do like long form content all the time type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my people, they don't even watch the live stream. They watch the replay. So
You
I
see?
might be broadcasting and have like 5 people in the audience. And then after that, there'll be like 300 people watched it. So
Hey Doc, you should chop them up like Anton. You know, he chops up like the best interactions and fucking
Yeah,
upload them.
I need to start doing that shit for real. You know,
I've been
but the
trying.
thing is,
You gotta get Opus clip. That's all you gotta get.
but that should work better when it's people. This is why I've been having people cammed up on the earlier part of the show because that Opus clip just work better when people cammed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on top of it, Witch Doctor, you can take parts from the live and turn that into a whole video and just upload that, a 10-minute video.
Oh, I'm about to do that. I'm about to yeah, I'm about to see me start doing more uploads and I'm about to do some pre-recordings, you know what I'm saying? Like
right
in the background, just like this style, StreamYard, but instead of going live, I'll just do some pre-recordings. Some shorter form. But what I would say, the thing about DJ Genesis, her content is more like informative, like information.
Right.
But over on this side, my content on this channel is more entertaining, you know what I'm saying? So people gonna fuck with it for the live interaction, but it's not like you gotta play it over to get any information. Whereas her shit, she's interviewing people who's actually specializing in whatever the fuck they talking about, so people could replay their shit for information. You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm trying to find the part where Smart. This was because he was supposed to be on the panel, and then him and Amber Ali got into this argument, and it got real heated and crazy. But then I'm gonna tell you some crazy stuff there. Hold on, let me see. I think that's on a different one, but I think this.
Keep that energy in person, baby.
It won't change. It won't.
It just ended up getting just even worse and worse as time went on. It finally ended up where they were just like, Sod Netter had to come and try to like mediate this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all be feeling
like
who y'all be stuck on me?
Supposed to be the man.
This is out for fun.
So how do we solve the issues in the black community right now?
He don't know how to talk to women. He don't know how to respect women. All he do is put women down. Black women this, black women that, black women this,
Right. What
black
happened
women
to
that. That's
so
all
this
he
is why
fucking
y'all
do.
can't get along.
That's all he do.
Listen,
But I ain't gonna hold you. The brother said some real shit about the disrespect.
Huh?
The brother says some real shit about the disrespect though, because what other race of people you know that the women just be you know what I'm saying, dissing the dudes that crazy, you know what I mean?
Every race.
Not really.
I don't be
What you
seeing that
talking
shit.
about? Have you ever talked to a Filipino about a Filipino
Oh,
man?
you talking about private conversation. I'm talking about
Oh
on
my
public
God.
platform. I want to see
Yes,
that.
in public. They
No, I'm
do
talking
all
about,
the same
okay,
shit.
okay.
White girls do the same shit. What are
Okay,
you
I'll just
talking
put it
about?
this way. I'll just put it this
You
way.
don't see white girls talking about Todd and Bobby and all them? What are you
Not
talking
in the way,
about?
not in the way that our women talk. No, because
In
I'm
what
not. I'm
way?
gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real.
Bro, our women get a whole movement named divestors, bro.
And the white women have the Me Too movement, and they have the feminist movement, and they have the whole.
That's not
like,
exclusively for.
oh my
Listen,
God,
I'm gonna just say
y'all
this. I'm gonna just say this. I haven't seen women get as aggressive with they men as I've seen. For somebody that
talking
say,
about?
let me finish. For somebody that says that they're the least protected, a lot of women sure do feel comfortable bucking up to men in our community. For women that say that they are the least protected and black men are scary and black men do this and they do that and they're violent, we have a lot of women in our community that really feel comfortable with threatening black men, bucking up to black men. Certain women telling a black man she gonna get somebody else to do something to him. We have a lot of that in our community. Now, one thing that I have seen when it comes to other groups, if women act that way, and I'm not saying it's not women that don't, is usually met with force or is usually met with is consequences to the way that they act. Especially if you're talking about different cultures where they still got that old culture of a mindset. It's like some of these other cultures believe in putting their hands on their women.
Yeah, I think
Like,
I think you lost in the sauce, bro. I think you
I'm just
got
telling
watch
you what
this
I see.
internet. I know. I
I'm
think you
just telling
lost
you
in
what
the
I
sauce,
see.
my. I think you lost in the sauce, my G. Have you ever heard of a talk to a Russian woman and how they talk to their men? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I said what the fuck I'm
I think
talking about.
I
What
know
you
I
talking
know I
about?
know I know it sound fly on the internet, but that shit whack, and that shit don't
Like
even fly in real
I
world.
haven't seen.
Okay, then go outside then.
I've been outside. I'm
Okay,
always
go
outside.
But
outside.
hold on, you gotta also
Go
see
outside of your. You go outside of your inner circle
And
because
this fucking behavior is unacceptable.
Most women will
It's
air out your laundry.
unacceptable, bro.
You know. Most
yeah.
women.
Have you ever talked to a Mexican woman? What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, I
Like,
know. Wait,
no.
wait, 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 wait,
Like,
wait.
what the fuck?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know hella Mexicans, bro. When I say
Yeah.
hella Mexicans, I'm
Oh, come on,
basically,
man.
I'm a
And
no,
that's,
bro.
that
I
shit
know
is
hella.
fine.
Wait, I know hella Mexicans, but I don't hear. I never heard a Mexican woman talking about Mexican men in a as a whole on some
Neither
shit.
have
They
I.
might talk about one dude or the baby father or somebody, you know what I'm saying, but they ain't talking about them in a whole type shit. Only our people be doing that shit, bro.
You've never heard of a Mexican woman talk about Mexican men as a whole. Is that what you're
What they
saying?
said about them, I never heard about that shit. Where's the cliches?
Okay,
We're
so you
machista.
just never heard it. It's either you've never heard it or you just don't know what they say.
I probably never heard it. It probably not as
they
popular
go
But
as.
most
upside a
Mexican men are
woman's head a lot
machistas.
faster too, though. They'll go upside a woman's head quicker too. So
But have you ever watched like Telemundo? What
Yes,
what
I've
are
watched
you guys
Telemundo and
talking about?
This
Univision.
nigga, he black
Like
as
And you
what
know
hell.
what
kind of
I've seen?
characters?
Wait,
What
wait,
kind
wait.
of characters
He black as hell.
characterization of other
You know what
people
I've
that you
seen on
guys have?
Telemundo and
He black. You must
Univision?
be running for office, bro.
Here's what
No,
I've
I'm
seen on
just like I'm just
Here's
being
what
dead
I've
ass
seen on
serious. Like
Telemundo and Univision. It's always the crazy Spanish dude with the cowboy hat that's slapping around women on the telenovelas. That's what I've seen on television on
Man.
Telemundo and Univision. Okay, and I've heard stories. I ain't trying to throw other groups under the bus, but I heard
Well, like in
stories
South
about men
America, they're
being
allowed to
quick
hit the
with their
women. They
hands
don't
in the
have
Latin
to.
community.
have you ever heard of the femicide in Mexico? What are you talking about?
Yeah, in
Absolutely.
Honduras, you know, you
That's
talk
my
back, they
point.
chop up the women.
Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about when you say that? Like, I get what you're saying. In our culture, if you've never been outside, it seems like a whole bunch of bullshit. But when you really look at the whole, like men and women in general do the same bullshit. Like I could sit here and talk to you about how a Russian woman will talk to her Russian husband. Like
And
they
that's when I
be
asked you,
hella
how many
aggressive.
Russians do you know?
I used
how
to
many Russians do you know?
I used to stay with a Ukrainian.
Okay.
Okay. They taught me
What, super
Zajugaka, Suka, all the curse words. They drinking slachnia. I've seen the same shit. They do the same shit we do. What the fuck?
Man,
I think niggas be just crying and they
They
looking
more
for that
low-key,
victim.
Nah, niggas ain't
They look,
crying.
niggas be wanting
Niggas is telling the
victim.
truth. And a lot of people don't like
niggas
the
be
fucking
wanting that
truth.
victim shit. We don't do that
Niggas ain't
victim
being
shit.
victims. Niggas is telling the truth about what's happening out here.
Okay, how about you
why
tell
we
the
can't
truth?
get nowhere because we never want to tell the fucking truth.
How
We don't
about
never
you tell
want to
the
be fucking
How about you
honest
tell the
about
truth
some
about
shit
the
that's going
average
on.
black family? Okay, how about you tell the truth about the average black man and the average black family where the man is married to that individual? Why are they together?
And
If
I
their women are
respect
so
that.
hard, the
I
average
respect that. That don't get
okay
promoted at all in our community.
because no, it's not being promoted by you. You don't give a fuck
No,
about
it's
that
not.
shit.
No.
You the
hear what
one
the
sitting
fuck
here
the women are
saying that
saying?
most of our women
Do you
are
hear
trash.
what the women are saying, E Black? Do you hear what the
Man.
women are saying? The
I
women are
hear
the ones that's
I hear what
complaining that
marriageable
don't
women
exist.
are saying.
I know it exists. But they saying that it don't exist. That all these niggas ain't shit. We ain't never built nothing. We ain't nothing. They call us all types of derogatory terms that's similar to a fucking neo-white supremacist online. Like you get blatant disrespect, and then you want me to sit up here and act like what I'm seeing or what a lot of other brothers ain't seeing. They eyes are just fucking deceiving them. Come on, man, cut the bullshit, bro.
Yeah, all I'm saying is when you compare races, I don't like that thing when you say, "Oh, these people don't do it," because it don't really match up to reality.
I'm not saying that they don't.
I will
Maybe
show
the
you
Asians don't
I
believe
will
it.
show you a Filipino woman who will sit there and bitch slap her fucking Filipino man. That is known.
Is that the norm?
Yes.
The exception
Yes.
don't fall.
Yes.
The exception
Yes,
don't,
nigga. I grew up in
the
the Bay
exception is
Area,
not the
nigga.
rule.
these
No,
Filipinos is
but
more
look,
gangster
I
than
ain't saying.
any.
Look, E Black, I understand what you're saying because even Hispanic women would put their hands on their dudes and shit, right? All I'm
Yes.
saying is like these people are not like how black women, and I would even say
And
a
expect not
lot
to
of
get hit
black
back
men
and
too,
shit.
like how black men and black women criticize each other publicly in front of everybody. I don't see nobody else doing that shit in front of
Because they speak
everybody.
Spanish. What the fuck? They speak Spanish and Chinese and Asian. Like, what the fuck? Where you gonna
Even
sit there
but
and
there's other
listening to
people
it?
that speak English though. What about white
Okay,
people?
I
what's
mean,
the Asian
they
network?
destroy your
What's the
materialistic shit
Asian?
too.
All right, what's the Asian network that you would go to listen to that shit?
I'm just looking at all that shit on YouTube.
Okay, all right, exactly. Y'all don't. Like I
YouTube
said, y'all
movies.
talking, y'all saying y'all don't hear it, but then I asked a simple question: where would you go to find it? And then you say, oh, I find it on YouTube.
No,
Like
wait.
You know,
that
I'm
don't
gonna say
I
even
was
this.
off the
that don't
I'm gonna
sound
say
like
this real quick.
reality. That does not sound like
Wait a
reality based.
minute.
Let,
You asked me the
let me
networks.
say
The
this.
I
only thing I could go by is
where
YouTube and what I
the
see in real
network.
life.
I didn't
I
ask
could.
you the
I,
network.
I'm only going by YouTube and what I see in real life. I don't. I'm not. I
Hey,
don't watch
I'm a,
that's why.
Telemundo and all of that stuff.
That's why
yeah, I'm gonna
people are
tell you
having
something
AI
real quick.
relationships right now. Did you guys hear about the
N-
AI relationships? That
Now,
shit's
Vato, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I grew up around some Hispanics, right?
yeah.
In the Hispanic community and in the culture, isn't a majority of the times the boys is honored more than the girls in y'all culture?
Yes.
Because that's what I've
Well, it
seen.
depends. We're
That's what
Mexicans
I've
are
seen.
machistas, remember?
Yeah,
I, I, I,
Yeah, no,
I
Hispanic,
seen Vene-
my
not
cheese mo
Mexican, I
culture,
seen the Venezuelan
I saw
that
that from
was fighting
Hispanic
for us.
families when I lived around some Hispanics and white families. I'm gonna
they
be
cuddle
completely
the
honest.
man, yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. When I lived around some and Hispanic families, that really started to change my idea of thinking because I was like, damn, the shit that I was seeing growing up with dysfunction was not normal because they seemed and we all know it's dysfunction in every culture. It's dysfunction and degeneracy in every culture. But it just seemed like it was a more of an appreciation for men in the Latin culture, from what I've seen, from Puerto Ricans and Mexicans. Because I've been around both of them since I was a child.
Because they're
So
raised to like be submissive. The woman, like they're raised to cook, like take care of the house, and then while the man goes to work, it's
thank you.
just how they're raised, I guess. And
Thank
then but nowadays, the woman don't want to cook. The modern woman, if they work now, they have to work, I guess. We'll buy takeout. Maybe it's too hot to cook. You have to be understanding now because
but
that's a thing,
is
I
it
guess.
that blatant disrespect in the community right now where a woman just curses out the man or
I mean, we
just
have
blatantly
discussions there.
disrespect?
Everybody's gonna have their problems, and women
I ain't
do
gonna
wear
hold
out.
you though. It's actually increasing though, because the stuff that we talking about in the black community it been like that for a long
Is
time
yeah.
even in Caribbean cultures
Hmm.
a lot of times it's more like it's way more matriarchal than patri because there's a lot of more single mothers than just single dads and stuff like that. So I would say like across cultures is getting more and more to black point. I'm seeing an increase in it, what I'm saying, in other cultures, but I'm just saying I don't see it as blatant or as much in other cultures as it is with black culture, bro.
I think that black men can be extremely disrespectful when it comes down to how they be,
No, and the
how they
crazy
are.
part that with this AI, bro, all these lonely men are just gonna have AI girlfriends. Now there's AI
Come on, bro.
companionships and shit.
Vato, I
Like
think you want
look
an
at it.
AI girlfriend because you always said, bro, this is like
There
the
was
third time you said that tonight, bro.
there was a it came up on the YouTube, and then this guy's married and he has a AI companionship. You know, so it's like that plankton, like that cartoon, that plankton. He had his robot girlfriend. That like if they predicted the future, bro. Like if you look back at it, it's crazy because how he has that robot girlfriend.
Mm.
Mm.
I think we need to get on
Say
up
you
out of
have
here.
say you have a pocket punani without even saying it.
So you got a what?
A pocket punani.
Oh yeah. I needed the Vato definitely on that type time. Any final considerations before we get on up out of here, man? Shit.
My fault, y'all. I'm very strong willed, so if y'all, you know,
I
if
just
y'all
want to
got
thank you for showing that, showing, the other side of like, okay, this is what they had to say and this is what came out of it. I still push through, even though some people might think that my show was kind of ghetto. That's kind of what happens when you team up with people that are not on your team, and then you have to kind of pull yourself out of it and still make it happen.
Mm.
I wasn't gonna just not let the show happen. I had put too much money into it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, and I just, so, but it showed that I was capable of putting together a show. You know what I'm saying? It showed that I was capable of getting people to the concept was there, but if I with the right team could have been way better.
All right.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Taylor.
Ain't too late for you. I think you I think you got a good end figured out. The other part that you probably missing out, I don't think is that much shit. You know what I'm saying? You was able to put that shit together on your first like live event. You know what I'm saying? That shit is impressive. You know what I mean?
Thanks. I wish I'm glad. Like I said, the only thing I look back and say, you know what? If that would have been 100 people, I don't know if we would have been able to control the crowd because it just with those small group of people, it was like if you couldn't hear the audience, but the audience was getting riled up. You know what I'm saying? With subject matter, you have like a very controversial panel of people, and so yeah.
Did you make your initial investment back? Like at least half of it on the
Hell no,
views?
bro. You missed the whole shit. She didn't make no bread
Yeah.
from it.
It was just put out money, 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 money. But I'm able to look back and say, okay, I did something. It didn't even get the views on YouTube as I thought I was gonna get. So
Yeah, but I don't think it's too late for your YouTube endeavors, you know what I'm saying? Cause you definitely got hustle, you know what I'm saying? I see almost every day you putting out content and shit. I just think you probably just gotta switch it up a little bit because a lot of people like you Sarnetto, a lot of people is used to like a certain way YouTube was and shit, you know what I mean? Even E Black could probably attest to this, right? How people used to put out content before the shit evolve, you know what I'm saying? So I just think once you adjust to how shit going now, I think you'll be good money because you already got the shit that you know to do and the shit that you got covered. To me, that's the hard part, you know what I mean?
right.
Nah, DJ Academics could have a way better fucking stream, and that fool has like if he's back in 2020 still.
I mean, once you get to DJ Academics level, it don't matter about your performance. People gonna just pull up regardless. You know what I mean? You could just go live and fucking play chess or some shit. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
shit, DJ Academics, he had 200 people on his live stream the last time I looked at his live stream. It's all about subject matter and audience and movement and content and narrative. It you know, like I'm dead ass. This nigga had 200 people on his shit. If he's not talking about Chicago or Drake or Kendrick or some type of beef, you know.
Yeah.
So it like I man, I've been doing this for a minute, and I applaud everybody in their journey, and everybody has their own audience for a reason, you know. So I don't know. Some people try to cheat the system, but I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
strong with it.
let me tell you something. The weird part of it is that at one point, after I had built up my audience from that, and then the whole Jaguar stuff happened, I had gotten a lot of like, the reason why my thing went so down is because I got like reported. People, I had too many haters. Got reported, lost
Yeah.
my thing for like 7-8 days, and then and when they do that, it's almost like they take your subscribers from you. It's weird.
Yeah.
So at one point, my subscribers were going up, and then they started going down on YouTube, like all the way down. So it's weird. So I don't know. YouTube is weird. So
All right, I'm about to drop y'all in the back, right? And then I'm about to celebrate the super chats because I read them, but I didn't get to play the money song, and then I'm about to send everybody Cellulite. He's live, and then we could chop it up in the back end and shit because yeah, we gotta chop it up about some shit. I ain't gonna hold you, DJ Genesis. I don't know if it's past your bedtime. If
I'm
you
up.
got like,
I'm perimenopausal, so I can't even go to sleep. Trust me.
oh my god,
Damn. What time is it over there? She's
I
probably
appreciate that.
hot flashes right
I
now.
got in I'm like wide
Appreciate the
awake.
transparency.
Am I allowed back? Hold on. Speaking of
Yeah,
transparency, am
yeah.
I?
You stay. Don't go nowhere. E Black. You
Am I?
definitely need
I
it.
just don't want to. I just want to make sure I'm not getting dropped. Okay. All right.
Nah. You definitely need a way to and shit. But Vato, we might. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see where it go. You know what I mean? Let me drop y'all in the back. Giz, DJ Genesis, Vato. And shouts out to everybody that supported the stream. We got the Bull himself with the membership, and he gifted us 10 motherfucking memberships. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. And we got Raw Beezy with the $5 hollow. We got Studio Mansion with a $5 hollow. We got Next Level with the Cash App. Truth and Reality Undefeated with the Cash App request. And we got I'm Him. Appreciate y'all. We didn't get to play the money songs individually. I didn't want to break the conversation, but I'm gonna play y'all this and leave y'all with one more song. Stay right here. The stream is gonna automatically redirect you to Cellulite. I think he probably talking about what went on earlier. You know what I'm saying? I might gotta check it out too and shit. You know what I mean? But appreciate y'all for joining us and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you.
More money. More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money. 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 More money.
Put duct tape over their mouth.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for